He came up to the window in the mist, as I'd seen him often before. But he was solid then, not a ghost. And his eyes were fierce, like a man's when angry. He was laughing when he turned to look back over the belt of trees, glinting in the moonlight, to where the dogs were barking. Then he began promising me things, not in words, but by doing them. Have you seen that awful den of hellish infamy, with the very moonlight alive with grisly shapes, and every speck of dust that whirls in the wind, a devouring monster in embryo? Listen to them, the children of the night. What music they make.
Hey there, Vampire Logan here. We are mostly ready to play Curse of Strahd today. It's like,
we're ready
every time.
Are we ready?
I don't know what you're doing here, Was. But,
Are you ready to
rumble?
I'm just here to listen tonight. I'm moral support for the team. Go
Are
team!
you actually even
You
here?
usually are.
Right? I know.
I'm not even supposed to be here.
Right, I could have stayed out drinking tonight.
Mm-hmm. Yep. If you were on the road.
Had suppliers in this year or today.
Yeah. So yeah, let's. That brings us to what happened last time. Well,
what didn't happen? Oh my god. So the session started back at basically Count Strahd giving us an ultimatum of and a visit.
But in a nice way.
I'm not sure if an ultimatum necessarily is the correct word here.
He
but
just
it felt
gave
like
us a choice. It was just a choice.
It really was an ultimatum, but either to give up the druid that we had captured alive, or to give up the gems that were supposed to help the winery, or the gem that we got that was supposed to help the winery. And a certain
choice or worse choice?
a certain someone had a little bit of an issue with this choice. Would you like to take it away, Shabaka?
Well, Shabaka thought that Strahd was like if obviously the gem is more valuable to us, so he just thought we would just roll over on that choice. And so Shabaka thought there must be something to this guy then that Strahd wants, and maybe it's important, maybe we shouldn't just do it, even though it seems like just a simple choice. So he took that very seriously. Plus, he's getting sick of Strahd telling us what to do and bossing us around and acting like we work for him. And some other things triggered him from his backstory. And then the rest of the party kind of didn't agree with Shabaka's choice. Or with Shabaka was trying to convince the group, and then when they weren't convinced, Shabaka took it into his own hands to press the issue, let's say, and rushed over to grab the guy. And he also happened to be the one who had the he turned into his shadow form of his shadow wolf form, and then he ran over and grabbed the guy and pulled him into the forest, while Strahd was able to quickly jump on his flying nightmare steed and chase after him. And Shabaka got to do the one thing he wanted to do, which was ask that guy if there was something that Strahd would need him for, and the guy didn't seem to know. And then he gave him one chance by basically casting Polymorph on him to give him one chance at escaping. And then Strahd took that out of our hands and went and captured him after beating on Shabaka a little bit.
Did you even like ask Strahd if you could ask the guy questions before giving him up?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Got it.
See, this is
Uh,
why we
But I mean,
need you.
if we did it with Strahd's permission, then he might have just hypnotized the guy and told him whatever we wanted to hear.
Yeah. Honestly,
And-
we can never know that. But
Yeah.
at that point in time, he seemed kind of conversational.
Amicable.
Did. He was a little nostalgic about seeing his old home.
And he did actually try potentially charming or reading Cora's mind, and she blocked it.
Reading.
And he
Yep.
he
Yo,
complimented
let's
her
go.
on it.
Hell yeah,
Right?
babe. What's up?
Although I don't think he was too happy about that.
Sure,
boss.
if
He
he
was.
was or
He
wasn't.
was actually. He had a huge smile on his face.
He was grinning.
Yeah.
He was impressed.
I have new wife material. Here we go.
Oh no. Cora
And we
actually
did-
looking like Irina is an issue to me.
Yeah. And we did find out that the thing that the druids were trying to do was make the tree even bigger to
Oh, yeah,
go
the Blight
destroy the
tree.
Wizard of Wine.
The Blight Knight.
Mm-hmm.
The thing with the Wizard of Wine and the gems is that, like, morally, we owe them so much.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah,
after we
considering-
fully got them killed.
Right?
I mean,
I would argue
We
that
didn't
we
kill
didn't get
them.
them killed because it was definitely Strahd's crazy and like insane actions, but it was our connections to them, yes, that made them a target.
yeah. But he also
Which is
didn't like them
very-
before us, because he had mentioned that
Yeah.
he didn't like the Raven.
Oh yeah, that's true. He
Yeah.
mentioned that recently. I think was it just
Yeah.
this last conversation? He
Yeah, it
did
This
was.
last
not
one, he
like
said
them.
the pesky ravens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tired of the pesky ravens because they won't go away, like everyone else.
Yeah. They keep. They're by and large good, and they keep helping adventurers
Ugh.
and doing good, and he's had it up to here with them.
How dare they?
Yep.
They just
Little
won't be
goody
affected
two-shoes.
by these damn mists. Get bad.
I mean, I still kind of feel responsible for it, so
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean,
Well, you
there
should.
is
Yes.
form of guilt there. Yeah.
so yeah,
And
giving up
then-
the gems never an option.
So Strahd
Um,
leaves after engaging the
The
druid
community.
in the air.
Ramses and Shabaka have a little out.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Ramses and Shabaka had
Ramses-
a little bit of an issue.
Ramses tried to
Yeah.
talk to Shabaka before he was calmed down, and he
That didn't work well.
didn't take it well, and then he tried to cast Hold Person on him, and that just kind of set him off.
And that
Oh my
pissed off Cora
Because
as
it
well.
failed, for one.
So it was a mess.
It was a mess. It was a hot mess.
It was the...
Yeah.
Yeah, Sasha
The most-
decided it was a great time to just stare off into the sunset. What?
think it was
Well,
the
the
most-
the mist set.
most internal party conflict we've ever had, actually.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And we've had a few already.
And then we went back to we looted the bodies, yay. And then we went back
And the
to
druids had one of the
fire.
druids had a pair of gloves, so we got a pair of gloves.
Oh yeah, a weird pair of
Yeah, and
gloves.
you've had
Ooh,
time
a
to
pair of
identify those
gloves.
actually, attuned to them. And since you've had a long rest since then, I'm just gonna assume one of you did, because why wouldn't you? They
Yeah.
are gloves of missile snaring.
Oh,
What?
Nice.
someone
You
can
like snatching out of the air, like
pretend
a
to be a
monk,
monk.
kind of.
Unfortunately for them, they couldn't snatch the Eldritch Bolt.
Would that work if
Or
I
a
was
sword.
wearing it and then I changed into a wild shape form? Would I still have the
Don't
ability?
believe so.
It only
wouldn't
would
think
work
so.
if your wild shape has hands. So like
I was
a
going to say,
gorilla.
you'd
or a
need
monkey.
opposable thumbs.
Oh, so I could ape. Go ape. Chewbacca
Have
goes
we
ape.
have we ever been attacked with a ranged weapon?
Yeah,
I want to
Spells.
say
probably.
yes. I want
But
to say
a
think
ranged
so.
maybe.
weapon, not a spell.
Maybe
we
when
have.
we were up against
twig-
Isaac's guards,
One of the
Mhm.
blights was shooting something at us.
and I think
The
I think the
blights
needle
did,
blights
yep.
shoot.
Needle blights.
Yeah.
It's not. It hasn't been a common thing because most of your foes aren't humanoid, unless
Yeah.
they're undead.
If we ever go up
So-
against a porcupine, we're set.
Needle blights are out of
Um,
play. Like we don't even
Yeah.
have to worry about them anymore. So
Whoa.
So if anyone would like them, Cora doesn't want them. But then we had another talk at the Wizard of Wines, and both
Yes.
Shabaka and Cora tried to basically told each other what their side of the issue was.
Yeah, and
And
Ramsey.
and Ramses as well. The major point of that being was that Shabaka intended, well, first of all, he felt that he was being abandoned by the group because of our interactions with that issue, and then he would have rathered him be attacked than the whole party, so he ran basically for that bit. And then from Cora's perspective, it was she would have rathered first of all, that almost everyone would choose to sacrifice themselves than another member of the group, and that your value upon yourself doesn't actually compute to the value we place on you. So
Yeah.
the next time you think about doing something like that, be aware that in some way you are just leaving more wrecked emotions for the people you leave behind, and you don't have to deal with it because you are gone. That is the choice you're making in the long run to Cora.
And Shabaka's never thought of that ever in his life, so he's got a lot to think about tonight.
Yeah.
Or that night.
And
Oh,
then,
And so is brooding over a wine or
Yeah.
10.
funnily enough, Cora fell asleep clinging to Ramses, and now he's missing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and before that, Ramses and Shabaka had a conversation that Ramses' position was that if Shabaka runs away from the group, it's harder for him to do his job of protecting the groups.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Protecting and healing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, can't protect you guys if I
And-
can't see you guys.
And I think you also made a point about that. Who cares about that other guy if it's a choice between some guy who is
It was
already
choice between one of us,
Some guy who tried
Yeah.
to kill us.
tried to kill us.
that quite literally was just trying to kill us, and the rest of the party, you have to stick with the rest of the party. And I think the other thing he mentioned earlier when they were still out there was, although you saw it as a way of taking this guy out, and yes, if Strahd chases me, but the part that Shabaka didn't think about is, what if Strahd says, no, Shabaka's already decided to take the druid, so I guess that leaves me with taking the gem. And then there's only
Yeah.
4 of us to fight Strahd.
Except that Shabaka already had the gem. So
No,
but he didn't know that he knew
doesn't
that
necessarily know
Yeah.
that.
I don't
But
think
Shabaka
that you
didn't
were
think
gonna
that-
stop him from getting
that
the gem.
cleverly.
Exactly. But I'm just saying that you then open up the rest of the team to be potentially hurt/killed because you ran off.
Yeah, it wasn't much of a well thought out plan either. So
No,
Shabaka
it
was not really
was impulse.
thinking that far ahead.
Yeah.
100%
Don't worry, we got
impulse.
that.
100% impulse. And as as players, we totally get it.
Oh yeah.
As characters, we
Oh.
can't, man.
As a player, I totally knew it was a terrible
Yeah.
thing to do, and not very practical, and not very
What are you
smart,
doing?
and not very why am I going after it?
I mean, I feel
Like
like
logically,
each
it made
character,
no sense.
each character gets one. Cora already said weird stuff about Isaac to count to Strahd. I feel like that's her one.
I don't know. I think I've already done like 3 at least.
I was gonna say, I don't know what Fallon's one is, but I feel like it was definitely more than one.
You
Yeah.
just have to keep topping the last one.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
oh, one? Okay, how about this one?
Oh, and Fallon was surprisingly silent last time.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Right?
Who knows?
She was brooding about something.
Very
Definitely
unusual. She was
brooding about
very brooding. Like just couldn't think of anything to say.
Couldn't knock herself out of it.
She was
Look,
so ticked at Strahd being in
she's-
there.
She's mad.
She also was held person.
She was just really
There you go.
trying not to get Strahd to possess her again.
Yeah.
She's
Zen
focusing
mode.
so hard.
Please-
Please don't notice me. Please don't notice me.
I am a
Zen
tree.
mode.
I am a tree.
My wisdom sucks.
Okay.
And
Oh,
then
It
yes,
doesn't. My wisdom's fine.
I'm kidding. I'm
mine
kidding.
isn't.
This is bad luck.
and then you woke up and Ramses is gone.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So what do you want to do about that?
I start running
Why?
around panicking. Ah, where's Ramses?
Yeah, so how do you-
knows it's
It's
his
all my
fault.
fault.
How do you go about alerting the rest of us, or do you initially?
Who finds it
was
first?
Shabaka the one that's up first?
Well, Cora would
Well,
probably
probably
notice.
Cora would
Cora.
probably notice first.
Yeah, Cora would be the one. Do you think he could put us on the map?
Yes, I can.
Wizard of Wines?
Just for the visual.
Okay, one
Yeah.
second.
It's nice. I think I want to establish kind of how we're all, where we are, how we're feeling.
What we're
Where
doing.
did that Wizard of Wines.
Check in with our
I'll
emotions first.
I can guess, but
There it is.
Emotionally drained.
Did everyone have a good cry? Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, there's still dead druids and
Dead
stuff in
druids.
here.
Holy
What
smoke.
the
in
hell?
here.
And
Yeah.
Arena showed up for some reason. Okay, there you go.
Irina!
Wow, look at all these
Look
blights.
at that.
Look at all those blights.
She's like, I'm out of this church. I've had it.
I'm
fair.
imagine
I'm here for
if
the
we had
church of
snapped it-
wine.
If we had snapped it there.
What was the owl
Oh.
again?
That was your baby. That was your owl. You summoned
Oh, that
it.
was EP, right? Oh, Filbert's
sure-
there. Filbert.
in memory.
Rip.
So
We're
sad.
Sorry, bud.
That is kind of sad. Yeah.
It is.
Just make his token bigger and replace a
Dude.
horse.
Don't do
Filbert's the
that.
horse.
In his honor, I will name my next horse after him.
Philly.
Philly. Yeah.
Billy.
Aw, Filbert. No, Filbert the Philly.
Oh no.
Where are we sleeping?
Probably one of the rooms in the upstairs.
I think we like piled.
Yeah.
We're, like,
So there's a couple
piling.
things you can do. Is probably you could throw sleeping bags on the floor in one of those bedrooms. Not the one on the end, but one of the two in the middle. Or you could use one of the like storage rooms, which would give you more room to stretch out, but be less comfortable.
How many
Mhm.
people normally sleep in this house?
It was a
was
mother,
like
father, and
A lot of kids.
Oh,
like
there was a lot.
four kids.
Yeah.
4 kids or something.
Yeah, there's a lot. Most of those bedrooms are occupied by a small family. Yeah,
But we've never
groups of
actually
people in them.
seen the basement,
Sasha will hang out in the kitchen.
No, you guys didn't go to the basement.
right?
Um,
Maybe they've
yeah.
got great quarters down in the basement.
They don't. Yeah, it's
Oh.
it's
War
wine
barrel.
storage. And they actually don't. They say like, oh, you can go down, but like, be
No.
careful down there. And like, there's a door to the cooling section. Don't go in there.
I think I locked
Wow,
it.
you guys are fucking
Why?
nosy, huh?
Well, Ramses is missing. Hold on, guys. Hold on.
Yeah. No,
Is he-
but there's
wait,
another
yeah.
side quest now.
Yeah.
So-
They said that yesterday, and they'll tell you it's like, no, we're actually. So, like, he opens the door and you feel the draft, and it's cold down there. Like, it's not like underground cold; it's chilly down there. They're doing something, and he says, yes, we're using brown mold in a chamber behind the room to which does cold damage when you get within like 10 feet of it or something like that. We use that stuff to chill the wine, so don't go in there. It's
Ah.
Wait,
you'll get
actual
attacked by
monster.
brown mold.
The monster brown mold?
Yeah, the monster brown
Oh
mold.
my god, that is risky.
Just don't go in and it's fine.
Okay.
That's
Will
the
not go
choice.
there.
I've never heard of the brown monster. Brown
I haven't either. I'm just like, bro, if you have
Yeah,
mold,
it
you
sucks
should
the
really
warmth.
get that checked out.
It
No
sucks
wonder
the
the
warmth
wine
out
has
of the
an
air
off flavor to it.
and people.
Yep. And if you get within 10 feet of it, it grows towards you. It's very threatening.
You know
The
another
mold
You don't go
grows
in there, though.
places.
Wow. Yeah.
you know
I wonder
another
this whole place
interesting
is
thing about this
fucked up.
house? You
What's
see
that?
where
What's that?
you see where the bedrooms are, and then where the stairs are, and then where the washroom is outside the outhouse? That's a bit of a long
Uh-huh.
run if you have to really go.
I'm glad we covered that.
Yeah.
All right.
That's where
Cool.
Ramses is.
Oh, you just go out the window.
Ramses actually is just like really having a rough time.
Shabaka has
Ramses
to
is
run
crying
down
in the
there.
shower.
Right.
He ate
That's where I
something
am.
rough yesterday.
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna go
did
look in
reveal
the.
this in the basement, the cellar
That's
for
it. That's
anybody
the
who
first
was
place I'm
interested.
gonna look. I'm gonna go look in there for Ramses. Hey,
That's right.
buddy.
I'm not playing Filbert anymore.
You
You
in
can't just
there?
sit on the windowsill and go.
Where are you? What are you doing now that you know he's missing?
I'm running down
No.
to look in the bathroom.
Okay.
Bora's first instinct would be look for a note, perhaps left behind. Anything?
Don't see anything like that. Should have made you make a roll for that. No, I don't see.
Yeah,
You don't
Fallon
see anything.
wants to look for clues.
Look for clues. Okay. Make a perception roll. And where are you looking?
That's
In the
so
bedroom?
vague.
Yeah.
Okay. Make a perception roll.
Okay.
Actually, it should be investigation.
It's fine. Then it's a 2.
Yeah, it's time for you to Scooby Dooby do it.
Yeah.
I'm making
Yeah. There's nothing with that.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Yes, it does.
Okay, cool.
Shabaka is already checking outside. I think we should potentially check more of the grounds. I don't know how I didn't notice he left.
Probably because it wasn't meant to be noticed.
Fallon, you're like talking to Cora, and you're like during your investigation, you're looking around the room, and it's clear that his stuff is gone. Like his
left.
boots that like take 5 minutes to lace at the start of the day, they're gone. His pack, all of his stuff.
Does
How did he get out without?
does Ramses normally sleep in his armor?
Nope.
That would have been
So,
noisy.
whoa.
Very
Is
noisy.
the armor gone?
The armor is gone, but you can presume that it wasn't donned.
How did he get that out of here without us noticing?
Oh,
Did
so-
I don't want to bring up a foul thing, but perhaps did Strahd take him?
Strahd fucking better not have taken him.
but okay, I'll get back from the washroom and say, he's not in the can.
Wow.
Okay.
Did you check
Helpful.
anywhere else or just the can?
Just there.
Did you wash your hands?
I think
Oh,
So
Cora-
insightful, Shabaka.
would
well,
is
actually, I
there
guess
any
I wouldn't have would I have
place
seen him in the way the path that I went to get there because I was
Cora's
down
got
these stairs.
something going on here.
Oh, sorry.
is there
Yeah,
any
we just-
place
I will.
that there's like tools and stuff like building? Like I know that Ramses knows how to like make stuff, I think. Like looks at stuff. I don't know if he actually can make stuff, but like if he's
There is-
investigating something by himself, was there something Oh, question. Do you think
Mhm.
he's digging a hole to put the gem back in place? I'm gonna go check. I'm gonna go ask.
Okay.
And
Is
I-
anyone good at tracking? We can look for his footprints.
That did
Oh.
not
Excuse
feel
me.
like that. I
There
feel like
is-
that
so the
Tasha's
one
accent
thing-
changed.
To get at the question you asked a minute ago, there is a door by in the middle beside the area where the wagon is. There is a workshop there where they build the barrels, and there would be tools there.
Cora is going to check there, but she's also going to ask those that live here. Is there anyone awake?
Yes, they're all waking up as people who live off the land. They're up with
Dawn.
the sun.
Is there anyone that looks like they've been awake longer?
Like,
No.
isn't actually waking up right now. It's been, yeah, all right.
Excuse me.
Yes.
I don't know this off the top of my head, but one of my friends is no longer in the room with us, and he has a proclivity for digging. Where would one put the gem if we were going to put it back in the land?
Oh, glad you asked that. Probably pretty much anywhere out in one of the fields. Ideally, kind of on the closer side to the building. When we had 3, we kind of equally spaced them around the building, and they covered the fields. But then also they kind of overlapped near where the Wizard of Wine's winery is, and the grapes that grew where the gem's effects overlapped were the best ones that we could make the best wine with.
Okay. Thank you. I'll go check for them. I'll tell my friends and go check for him outside. And if not, I would very, very much welcome any help that you could have finding him. But we'll check first.
Of course, yeah, of course, everything. If you need eyes in the air, we can do
Yes.
that.
Oh yeah.
Yes, please.
We probably will.
And then Cora is going to go find Fallon and Chewbacca and Sasha and suggest go looking out in the fields. And Chewbacca, can you potentially shapeshift to look higher in the air quicker?
I can't fly yet.
Oh, I didn't know. Maybe you're.
I guess if I use
You
polymorph,
can't
I
fly by
could.
chapter 5. That's by level 5. That's really actually surprising.
Do you have like
Actually, even more than that.
levitate or
you-
something like that?
She like waves a hand and she's like, "How did you make the flying man?"
That was a spell called polymorph. I could cast that. Yes.
Oh,
But then
oh,
that's
no.
my
What
use for
about
the day.
Your familiar.
Oh yeah. EP. I'll summon an EP. So I'll do the 10-minute ritual to summon EP.
Hmm.
That's gonna take a while, but in the 10 minutes, Cora would like to start searching by foot.
And how
Yeah.
are you gonna figure out which direction to go?
I'm gonna look at the fields and
Can you go to the next
potentially
map
have.
out?
You mean the bigger map?
Well, even the one that shows the Wizard of Wine's grounds. I thought there was one.
Oh yeah.
It's just the world map from here,
Okay.
but I
gotta-
will do that.
Go ahead.
Fallon is gonna go with Cora.
I know nothing, next to nothing about tracking. If I have to admit, Fallon.
Just because we're in a hurry, I'm just
Have
gonna
fun.
cast the spell without doing the ritual.
Okay. Fallon, what were you gonna say?
I'm not a great survival, but I have some. So
I can.
You can roll it.
I
Anyone?
really
I
should
can
have
possibly
Guidance.
bless.
insane
Yeah,
of me
can
that I didn't
bless.
fucking.
Would that help at all?
Bless and guidance. Sounds like a
Yeah.
pretty epic
That
roll.
sounds pretty great.
I don't even know if I'm the best one to be doing this.
Or assumed you were. She doesn't actually know.
Yeah. Hold on. Let
Anybody
me just look
have
through my...
any specific survival skill?
No.
Yeah, I can't believe I can't believe I didn't put proficiency in that. That was fucking stupid.
I do have proficiency in it. I can help.
So the ground is soft. It's been raining. It was raining yesterday while you were at the at Yester Hill. So that is going to give advantage on a lot of tracking situations.
Like, why did I give myself insane proficiency in sleight of hand and not in survival? That was so dumb.
All right,
I've
so
got
I'm gonna start
survival.
looking for tracks, I guess.
I've got a +7.
Yeah,
in
I was gonna
survival.
say
Can I try it?
Shabaka's got it.
Shabaka's got
got to be
plus
pretty good.
7.
Yeah.
And I get +4.
Yeah, I have a +1. I was never gonna
Cora
be the best.
made
choice.
assumptions. Was she correct? No.
She should have been.
18 and 19. So Sasha and Chewbacca, you're out front, and you're looking at the ground. It's kind of muddy, and you just look at each other. Sure enough, there's like one pair of tracks. They look like his boots, and they're basically headed up the road.
Hey guys, this way.
The footsteps are close together, like they're trying to be quiet.
Sneaking. Looks like he was sneaking.
Quiet,
It wasn't
but he
galumphing here.
was-
Not his usual galumph.
No, I agree.
We both
Where
nod
is
and
it
go, stroking our chins.
Was that Cora?
Yeah.
She was just asking. She was asking Chewbacca and Sasha, like, where is it going?
This way, let's go.
Yes.
It's basically it heads out where the Wizard of Wines is, like directly north of it, there's no fields, and the path kind of goes around the field there and joins onto the road about there. Yeah. It joins here technically, but yeah.
And then does it keep going north towards the Kresk or south towards the...
So as you follow the tracks, you get like 1 hex away from the Wizard of Wines, and the tracks stop being sneaky. They start being deep and further apart, and it looks like he's taken to a run.
What?
Oh
I'm
crap!
concerned
All
by
right,
that.
let's follow. Is it
In what
actually
direction?
actively raining right now?
It's misting. It's not like it's raining lightly. The tracks are not going to disappear in a moment or anything like that.
Okay. So, and his are the only tracks. He's not following something else.
His are the only tracks.
I'll
And-
When you get to
send...
the road,
hmm
you can see that there's a pine branch in the road. It looks like and his footprints are all around, and you can see that it looks like he tried to use the pine branch to cover his tracks. Did a really poor job of it,
Oh, this is
and
terrible.
then continued running north. He just gave up. He dropped the branch in the middle of the street. It wasn't working, and he went.
He's trying to get away
Continue
from
following.
us.
Yeah. All right.
I'm gonna send
What's up
EP
with that? I
ahead.
wonder.
EP and tell him to see if he can see him. He knows Ramses, so
Right.
And let's think of what could possibly motivate him to run, and why is he running this way?
And
Like-
to be running without telling us.
Us.
how long has it been since?
And doing such a poor job
How
at
old are
covering
these
it
tracks?
4 hours, maybe.
Oh man,
And
that's
it's
quite
about
a
like
head start.
what, 6 a.m. or
Yeah. I mean, by the time you guys found these and did all the interrogations, closer to 7.
okay.
Did we have a
So-
cart here this time?
I don't remember where we put
I'm
that.
pretty sure you do.
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Because
well,
you would
why
have,
not?
you would have brought it to at least to refill with wine or, or whatever.
I don't know why we wouldn't have brought a cart. So.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we should we keep following these tracks and see if we can catch up to him, or go back and get our
Yes.
cart?
Is there anything,
I'll keep following.
is there anything we can think of that would cause such hurry?
Distress.
I would suppose, but
Why wouldn't he tell us? You think he's mad from what happened yesterday?
no.
I mean, probably a little.
He
He
can be very
is-
focused.
He is a lot more straightforward than I.
Yeah, that kind of goes without saying, doesn't it? Oh,
Rude.
what was that out loud?
Bing. Wow. Okay.
Did that slip out? Oops.
Not to be said out aloud.
Note to self.
She just looks a little shocked.
Yeah.
It's one thing when she says it about herself. It's another thing when someone else notices it in her.
Exactly.
Little sass baka here.
Fallon gives him a dirty look.
Oh, she's back. Look out.
Sasha.
You're not
Sasha.
going to get
Oh,
away
yes,
with
yes,
history
baby.
anymore.
And Shabaka looks down in embarrassment.
Cora doesn't look upset. She just looks shocked.
Okay.
Hold on.
Okay. Should we
Hold on
go
a second. I
collect
gotta
the
roll
cart
something here.
and come back? Or trust that he will return? I don't wish to let it go too far if it's something nefarious.
Does anybody have one of
Sasha
those
successfully
spells?
covers his snort of good humor.
He doesn't cover it. Or he does cover it.
He does.
Good roll.
He does
Well-
cover.
So there was some discussion about how far to pursue without going back for the wagon or regrouping.
Yes.
Is one of us exceptionally well, maybe you could polymorph into something really fast, go back, get the wagon, and come back. and
We're
catch
not
up
that
to us?
far. We're not that far.
Okay, I can go. If someone
Perhaps.
comes with me to hook the wagon up to me, I can go giant elk.
I was going to say perhaps a couple of people can go back and a few others continue on forward and we'll meet up.
No.
I am tracking. Who
We are
else is
not-
tracking?
No. We are not going to split us up any longer. No more.
Well, we've already been split up.
Yes,
Yeah.
but I don't want to prove. I don't want to disappoint Ramses.
How long do we think it would take for us to go back and get the wagon, and then catch up? If I can go twice as fast as them.
So it's 20 minutes there, back, and 20 minutes back normally at walking speed. So you could
So
have that.
10.
You could do the entire thing in 20 minutes.
And they'd be 20 minutes
alternately-
further along. So
They could be 20 minutes further along. In about 30 minutes, you could catch up, like 6 hexes up the road.
okay, I'll be able to catch up if someone comes to hook up the wagon. I'll be able to catch up in about half an hour.
I do not want to split us up.
Well, then come with me then, and we'll go and.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So
I would rather take the 20 minutes. I would rather take the 20 minutes and walk and then
I
catch
think-
up with you.
Yeah, I
We'll-
think we established before that
we'll
I can carry 3 people when I'm in giant elk form.
Sounds right. I don't
Yeah.
remember.
It's like a huge creature, so it should be.
What luck?
That's
There's
pretty
only
fun.
3 people.
Yeah. So I'll
Yeah,
change
great.
into I'll change into a giant elk, and then they can all hop on, and we'll run back and grab the wagon.
Wait,
and then
why are we going back then?
to go get the
We
wagon?
can all
and
ride
come-
a giant elk. Why don't we just keep going?
Yes, we
So
can always
true,
go back
though.
for it later. We don't
Yeah.
really need it right now, actually. So yeah, okay, let's just. I'll be.
See, this is why you guys need me.
100%.
Should have spoke up sooner.
Efficiency.
Well, I didn't think about that. I didn't realize we could all
Okay.
ride the.
We
I
got
thought
it
we
in
could all ride
time.
the elk.
So
So I'm giant elk. Everybody gets on, and then Fallon says,
Right.
"Wait a sec.
We
Go
track.
this way."
why don't
We
we just
track
turn around
us.
and go the other way? Yeah.
Okay, we'll try
We
and
track
catch up
while
then.
astride the giant elk.
Yep.
Tracking
I
while
mean,
I'm-
it's not hard to track the person wearing what? Plate?
He's-
Half plate?
Yeah, he's
And doing a
running,
poor job at
running
hiding
in
his-
mud.
he
And,
can't run
yeah.
for
Yeah.
long either, because he's gonna get exhausted.
He's
He'll get-
moving quickly.
Yeah, he'll
in
get
mud.
tuckered out.
Yeah.
He'll get tuckered out.
But there is he keeps his endurance up pretty good. He's definitely motivated to stay at speed. Like you're
Okay.
like, okay, this is about where he should be running out of energy, and it keeps going a little further before he runs out of energy. So he's motivated to move quickly.
Maybe he had
It's
a.
the weird. It's
energy
the
drink.
weird gravedigger stamina.
There you go.
Or he has
So
some
you get to the
rock star.
road up by the bridge, and there's
I don't
not
like
a
those
lot of
things.
traffic yet at this point. You've been traveling for about an hour, so people are on the road from the towns, like the hunters maybe, but nobody really else, and none of them would have made it this far. His trails is very clear. He goes east at that intersection. He continues east beyond this part. He does not turn up towards Lake Baratok.
way?
Yep, keeps going that way.
Where's he going?
And
This
then
week?
he turns south here.
He's going to this place.
Is he going to the dragon?
Didn't we discuss this yesterday?
Argenvolstolholt.
And didn't he say he
Argenvossel.
Perhaps-
didn't want to do it?
Perhaps
Yeah,
this has something
pretty
to
much what he
do
said.
with those people with the tattoos like him.
I don't
we
We
from
can cut the
recall.
corner.
What was that, Fallon?
Perhaps this has something to do with the people with the same tattoos.
Oh yeah, I can't speak.
I
Nope.
recall.
So shut
Um,
up. No.
I recall that I
Brr.
believe Strahd at some point made some reference to someone wearing or having a tattoo similar, and Cora was there for that conversation, or at least it was explained to Cora afterwards.
There was a
Where do we
reference
recall
in
that?
Valaki, and there
Wizard
was a
of Wine-
reference in Kresk as well.
Yeah.
Who's
Didn't he ask
Kresk?
somebody to look out? Oh, the Dusk Elves. He'd
The
asked
Dusk
the
Elves-
Dusk Elves about them.
Yep.
Strahd said something
And the
about his
Dusk
brother.
Elves actually said, like, we have the information that you're looking
Yeah, I know.
for.
That's why I brought
Yep.
that up. That was not that long ago, and I remember that.
Okay. And
I
then
have
Ramses said he
brain
didn't.
capabilities.
That's right.
And then Ramsey said he didn't want that information anymore. He wasn't
Yeah.
interested.
But some
Mhm.
stuff may have happened.
Well,
Changed that a
clearly-
little.
Clearly something is. How far, brain cell wise, I don't know, how far is this house from, like, mileage? Like, within a.
Four
Like, if
squares
with
is a mile,
not
right?
discounting.
4,
Or
5,
is it-
about 6 miles.
Okay.
So it's like 2 hours at regular walk. You guys are going pretty fast, so it'd be
But
less
also
than
we
2
have
hours.
to go out of our way.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was counting along the road.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I
So
do think
I take it you
this
guys are
is
going to take the
awful.
path towards
Yeah,
Argynvostal.
we just keep following them, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
Ah,
You guys get about a half mile down the road, and you can see ahead of you a skeletal figure standing in the road. He seems to be patrolling back and forth the road across the road. Actually, no, maybe not patrolling. Maybe he's pacing. And he takes out his sword and he hacks at a branch on a tree. I think he just looks bored.
A skeletal guy?
Alan is immediately on
Mhm.
edge.
Like an actual skeleton,
the-
or like just
An
a guy
actual skeleton.
who's really
Is
Just
it,
a
gaunt.
real skinny legend.
Yeah.
is it apparent that the footsteps were following paused there or kept on going without breaking stride?
How close do you get to check that information?
Well, not that close yet.
barrel him. Hit him, Chewbacca.
Close. Who's got really good vision?
It's
Fallon
about
would
9
like to
a.m.
remind everybody that they all have aid.
Okay.
Oh, and I
Good
still
idea.
have
Just-
EP, so I could actually send EP ahead to
Quick
check that.
EP
Yeah,
would
there you
have to
go.
make his own survival roll.
Okay.
Oh, no, you
Uh,
can see out of his eyes, can't you?
Yeah, I can. But he still
Okay.
does make his own rolls. Yeah, a sec. Oh. Right. Weird. Came out with power
How-
word kill instead of owl.
Whoops.
Hey, take
Come on now.
a character off.
Come on,
How
Chewbacca.
far away are we before we see the skeleton? Like 200 feet, or like when we just curve the bend?
Just curve the bend, so it hasn't noticed
Oh.
you yet.
So we're here, and it's like,
No,
So we'll
so
duck
that's
into the-
3/4 of a mile there.
Oh.
So it's the although the path there looks straight, there's hills and curves and stuff like that. You would see it from no more than a hex away,
okay.
So,
which is like 1,000 feet.
So we can
1,200
kind of
feet.
duck into the tree line while
Yeah.
the familiar's doing its thing.
so it doesn't have a survival, but it does have perception. Would it be perception?
Not for footprints.
I guess
Okay,
you
so
could make
have
a
to-
survival roll through his eyes.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Okay,
Have to see it first, though.
sure.
Yeah, you'd
'Cause
have to
it-
get within like you have to get pretty close to see through EP's eyes too. I think.
Because Keen, it's within 100
I don't
feet.
think so.
It's within
100
Yeah.
feet.
100
Now, yeah, but currently you're 1,200 feet away.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a bit of a
Eh.
trudge.
you know what? My opinion is let's just go.
Let's just get closer.
Yeah,
Go.
Yeah,
I
let's
overcomplicate
Yeah,
it.
whatever.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Of course, you can
Well,
also
when
go
we're
around
100,
and cut
when
through
we're
the
100 feet
forest.
away, EP can fly down and take a look.
Mm.
Right. As
Well,
you
there
as
you
you kind of cross the 200-foot boundary, he's pacing, and he looks in your direction, and he's got like a really neutral stance. He's got his sword out, but he actually puts it away when he sees you and raises one hand like in a wave.
I wave back.
Is he dressed in a way that is recognizable?
He's wearing old armor.
Like
Rotted
ancient?
old
Oh,
armor.
okay.
Similar
Alright.
to anything we've seen before, or no?
I'll just ride up to him then.
No.
Okay.
Okay,
Oh.
so it's not Ramses.
Sorry.
Everybody can calm down.
No, I was thinking more of like a dusk elf, like war
Nope.
people.
I definitely thought it was Ramses.
No.
I'm so
I was
glad it's
very
not Ramses.
Yeah.
I was
Imagine
starting to get very scared.
he lost all
Right?
of his muscles overnight.
Yep. And
How
skin.
long? How
And
long has it
skin.
been since we left town or left
About
from
2
the point?
hours.
Not long enough for him
Less
to have
than 2 hours,
decomposed to a skeleton.
Okay, then I can
Yeah.
still
Thank goodness.
maintain the form.
Ramses would have left about 6 hours ago by now, and 2 hours for us.
About right. Yep.
Okay,
Says-
I'll ride up so they
Now-
can talk to him.
My other concern, Cora says under her breath, is that this is getting closer to where Baba Lathaga is.
Oh, not even. That's still quite a while away.
Yes,
Who's that?
but
The witch.
I'm not the witch. Similar to the one that had Is it similar to the one that had Shabaka eat the children?
No, I don't
No,
think so.
Well, although
She's-
they were both those creatures were both described as hag-like.
Okay.
But I feel like this one is more of a druid-like hag, while the other ones were just like Hansel and Gretel hags.
Totally Hansel and Gretel hags.
Yeah.
Well,
Literally.
let's see what this skeleton has to say. Potentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a bones joke.
He comes up and he says, "Oh, halt and welcome, welcome. I was told to expect you.
By
Yeah,
who?
welcome on behalf of the Order of the Silver Dragon. Argon Vostholt is down the road here. I've been told to send you right along.
Who told
By
you
who?
that?
Guy who came through here recently. Yeah, I'm not really allowed to talk about it very much, actually. So,
You know, that is
but you're
completely-
welcome.
Thank you very much.
Hmm.
I'm gonna go towards him and sniff him.
Leave the
He
skeleton
doesn't.
man alone.
He takes as you start to get close. He's like his roll insight.
His spidey sense starts tingling.
Yeah.
Back off, dude.
He
pulls
smells
out
like
his
bone.
he has bear
He
spray.
puts his
Pulls it
hand
out.
on his sword.
14.
Yeah. He doesn't particularly trust
19.
you yet. He's
Stop
being
it, stop.
welcoming, but he doesn't necessarily want you close to him. So he puts
Alan's
his
just
hand
like,
on his
"Stop
sword
fucking
and
fucking sniffing that guy. Leave him alone.
All right. He
No one wants to be near your hairy
when he
nostrils.
puts his hand on his sword, I step back and go.
I'm sorry, he has no manners.
I'm a giant elk. What manners you expect?
Give me a break. I'm a giant elk.
that's your excuse for everything.
Giant elk this.
Yeah, when
giant elk
I'm not-
that.
When I'm not a giant elk, I'm a bugbear. What do you expect?
Fair. So yeah, just let you know you're welcome there. There won't be any need to draw weapons. Just approach and enter, and maybe hang out a bit, have a conversation,
good, 'cause
something.
I'm not very good at art
Fallon
anyways.
immediately feels more threatened by the sentence "no need to use weapons," because that's like, okay, why?
We're in Ravenloft. Come on.
Exactly.
It's not like
And-
everything's trying to kill you.
Cora
That's a
takes
sure
look
sign that
at-
something's trying to kill us.
Cora
Oh,
takes
wait,
a
yeah.
look at Sasha and at Fallon. She's like, "Did you hear that? You could put away your arsenal for now."
It's
I
kind of
know, I
jangly. I don't know if it's quite. I can put it all the way.
Last session, I
Kinda hard to put my
accidentally
arms down.
described Argonvost as a blue dragon. He is not. He was
Silver.
a silver dragon, so that's slightly better.
That is known
Um,
to be a good dragon.
He's a
Slightly
metallic
less
dragon,
bad.
indeed.
Yeah.
So
As we are getting
yeah.
closer, is there anything that we would associate potentially with regional effects of a dragon?
no,
Does he have
No.
a symbol on his shield or his armor or anything? That
he does. Yes.
what is it? Is it a silver
It
dragon?
is the head of a silver dragon.
Yeah. Shocker.
That tracks.
And it's drawn in red.
Yeah, it's a silver dragon with red makeup on.
Oh my god, that'll
Blush.
work.
So good. Okay,
Yes,
let's
queen.
just move along
Let's
then.
go. I'm actually quite glad that it's not a blue dragon. That's the only kind I'm familiar with.
Oh yeah, desert one. Okay, we'll trot on to Argynvostholt.
In front of you looms what can only be described as a once beautiful castle.
Damn.
Towers on the sides, 3-4 stories tall, a statue of a silver dragon out front. And as you approach, the front door opens. And I'm going to leave you guys there for a little bit.
You!
Fuck, dude.
And we're going to go back in
Obsession now.
time.
Back in time.
A few
Bro,
days
Fallon is gonna
ago,
be so mad at Ramses.
Marty McFly?
you are all standing in the Vistani encampment.
What?
And
Is this
there
just
is an incident with a horse and a penguin. The horse gets turned into a penguin.
right?
There is much laughter.
Is the penguin there?
As you're leaving and heading to Valaki, actually, as you're wrapping up and about to discuss heading to Valaki, Ramses looks around, because last time he was here, he had a weird feeling. And suddenly, he's sucked out of... Ramses, you have the feeling of being sucked out of your body. The next moment you realize there's a robed woman with pale hands. Her right arm is in a sling. She appears to be holding you. You can't see clearly, as if you're looking through a fog, but you can see back out to the hilltop that you were standing on a moment ago. And your body's there. It takes a moment to recover itself, and then joins up with the rest of your group.
The fuck?
The woman who's holding you says, "Hello, Ramses. We're going to take a little trip. Don't be scared, you won't be harmed. Unless Seth is." She looks back up the hill at where Ramses' body is clearing its head. It glances back at the woman who waves at him. He tilts his head subtly towards her in a nod, and then joins the rest of the group for the walk to Valaki.
Oh my god, it hasn't been Ramses?
What the hell?
Ramses has unfortunately failed to save against Magic Jar.
Wait,
That's jarring.
Oh my god.
Who the fuck did I cuddle with last night?
So wait, that happened. So do we now know this, or is this just for the
You wanna
story?
who- Was it?
This is meta.
Okay, this is meta. Okay.
Yep.
The way
You
my
guys-
jaw dropped.
Wow. Well, that's messed up.
So,
Did
I was holding someone yesterday.
did you know this, Brian?
Indeed, you were.
Did you know this all along, or is this news to you too?
No, I've still been playing somebody.
Well, it seemed like Ramses.
High
Well,
above
sometimes.
the river valley, Ramses is being carried in a jar through the forest from the camp in Valaki and approaching Argynvost. And you guys have all heard this description now. High above the river valley juts a quiet promontory upon which looms a sepulchral mansion. Its turrets capped with fairy tale cones, its towers lined with sculpted battlements. A third of the structure has collapsed as part of the roof, but the rest appears intact. A dark octagonal tower rises above the surrounding architecture. Out of the fog comes a distant peal of thunder, quickly accompanied by the howling of wolves in the woods below, but the house stands silent, seeming like the fossilized remains of some long-dead thing smote upon the mountainside. The woman carrying you takes the jar and puts it in a bag. But
Oh.
while she's doing that, she says, "You're
Rude.
very lucky. Seth has taken a very special interest in you and your friends. We just want to get to know them better and how they're likely to respond to our offer."
The way I'm so embarrassed, none of us noticed.
She enters the building carrying you, and you can hear her climbing stairs, hear voices around. Something is unsettling about them. You sense the presence of undead. Unfortunately, you don't get a lot of agency in the jar, so this is going to be a big monologue that you don't
Yeah.
get to interact with. But eventually, after climbing many stairs, you're taken out of the jar and placed on a mantle in a broken down room. You're placed on the mantle by a robed man whose left arm is in a sling. On a chair at the opposite end of the room is a creature radiating as the second most powerful undead creature you've met here.
Ooh.
Now
Oh, I'm
what?
assuming aside from
He
Strahd.
asks. Besides Strahd, exactly.
Okay.
Now what? He asks, gazing at your container. The man says, "Now we wait. People come
Fuck
and
you.
go. Every day, either the robed man or the robed woman appears and sprinkles something like fish food in your container. You don't feel hunger or thirst, and whatever it
Ugh.
is they're adding, it just itches." Days pass.
Ew.
The undead fellow, whose name you've learned is Vladimir Horngard, speaks to the woman at one point. "I was not expecting this to involve so much waiting. If we're here to stop some unspeakable evil, shouldn't we be getting to it?" She replies, "Seth says this is the most important part of the plan. I'm not sure why that is, but I believe him." The following day, there's a commotion and footsteps can be heard throughout the building. The front doors are opened, and someone enters downstairs. There's a lot of excitement. Footsteps approach, and the robed woman enters with Ramses. She points at the jar and makes some arcane gestures. Your body looks at the jar and says, "Just stay calm." Energy flows between Ramses and the woman. And the energy from the jar and from her is pulled together. When you open your eyes, the woman is gone, and Seth is there wearing robes. His left hand has dark skin on it, and he looks at you and says, "Hi, Ramses. Do you remember me?"
Is he back in his body now?
He is, yep.
Bro, we did not notice, and that's just deeply humiliating.
Is it his dark skin or someone else's dark skin?
So one of his hands, he is of generally pale complexion, but one of his hands has dark skin.
Like black or like
Is there like
actually human dark? Human dark.
Human dark.
Okay.
does he have any stitches there?
Any
Has it a
Vecna
glove?
like?
You're not there. Yeah.
The fucking hand.
Oh, we're not there
necromancer,
yet? Okay.
motherfucker.
Does he have the kung fu grip?
Right.
So Fallon's
Well, I
point
guess
there is interesting. Cora and Ramses met tracing a necromancer into a church in the graveyard that had been corrupted. The flashback for this is in episode 5. When the
Oh,
time you
yeah.
guys got there, all there were severed hands.
Yeah, the necromancer with a hand
yeah, I
fetish.
remember that.
Sasha does not.
So and just sorry, meta for a second. Can I tell who he is? Like, is this would I still remember what he looks like?
That's for you to decide.
Oh.
You can say you remember him or you don't remember him, and that'll be true if you want it to be.
Oh.
I mean, I have a guess.
Oh well, I know who he is.
The name has come up, so you've heard people talk
Yes,
about him.
I
You've
know
heard
his name
from other
is
people.
Seth.
Yep.
Okay, well, hold on. I will roll just for the fun of it here. And you know, rolls go bad sometimes. A 3 and a 2. Roll goes bad.
Nope.
I'm like, I know from your underlings that your name is Seth. Your dark hand is not recognizable to me.
He flexes it in front of him. No, ignore this. This is something else.
Seem to be someone that doesn't necessarily mind looking at the person in the chair, staying with the undead. And I guess I would have. Oh no, I wouldn't have. So perhaps you might like to enlighten me into why I am here. Does he look like me at all? I guess that would be another thing.
Like a family similarity? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he does.
All right.
Crazy.
I'm starting to think that we might be related, but I'm not quite sure how.
Yes. Well, we're family. We have the same mother and father. We're brothers. And we have so much in common. And I can't believe you're actually here. This is incredible.
Well, I have to agree with you in the I can't believe that I'm here, let alone that I just walked in while I was in a jar.
I'm so sorry about that. I didn't know how you and your friends would respond. I
What
needed to
did
do
you
some
do to my
research.
friends?
Oh,
And
they're
your
fine.
friends didn't notice.
I'm sure they'll be along shortly. They're really they're really something. Yeah.
Yes, they are. They're my
promise.
family, not you.
It's certainly one way to describe us.
I understand. We've been apart for so long, and I want you to know that I didn't get up to much trouble while you were in here. And with that, we are going to
No, you're
do
right. He didn't
something
get
else.
into much trouble.
Let's
So
see.
now I have to think, like, the conversation I had with him didn't happen with him.
I mean, to be fair, he did have his impression of Ramses down pretty well.
You guys talked a lot.
We just dead ass didn't notice.
At no point did anybody notice. Sorry, I have to, just because, and I don't know if Jess was going to bring it up or not, but
Oh
just
yeah, I got
you know,
something here.
okay, I won't say a thing.
Yeah, I mean, it was a little different in the fact that I think he was more calculating than Ramses is, but I wasn't sure.
The way I didn't notice fucking anything at all.
Some big noticeables. Okay.
I did notice something, but I thought I was being a dum-dum, so, woo.
Let's
I'm
see.
just so
I'm gonna try
unobservant.
and play some audio here, and let's see what we got. Okay. See,
Okay,
tell me if you can
listening.
hear it, and if not, I'll turn up the volume.
Can't hear anything.
Dead silence.
Okay. So bring up the share screen. So you might have to click on something to bring up because
Oh.
I've shared a
The
screen
stream.
Sorry,
Yeah.
in what?
In Discord.
So, I don't know if I'm
Oh,
gonna be correct or not, but the one thing I noticed is when we were to the,
Okay, I'm
hill,
watching your stream.
Ramses being a little weird, and I went, "No, that's fine."
Yeah, it shows you're streaming and then I'm watching it. So I wonder if it'll
Yep.
play now.
Yes.
Yep. Okay. Let's try it and see what happens. Fake Ramses doesn't know where you're going. After the Vistani camp, heading to Valaki.
Is that our next
Yeah.
stop?
Yes.
Fake Ramses grills Sasha about the past.
I was just gonna say, while everybody else is away, I guess I'll turn to Sasha and say, "So, what do you think of all this?"
Fake Ramses doesn't like questions being turned on him.
What are your favorites?
Oh well, there's so many. It's
Fake Ramses gets scared and casts destructive necromantic spells.
Ramses will have a rather determined look on his face because of the amount of damage it's been doing to his friends, and he will come over and he will reach out and grab a branch.
Bring up the spell.
All right. He holds out his hand, and you can
That's
see the
Blight.
tree start to crumple and wither as he does 64
Blight.
points of damage.
Fake Ramses is curious about the Amber Temple. So
We
there's
were told
the druids, there's Baba Lysaga, and there's the temple.
Can you
move that
load the
in.
world
Sorry,
map
which
again?
which
Yeah, you
tempo?
bet.
I was there for this conversation.
Fake Ramses doesn't want the players going to Argon Vostholt.
Right?
So that is Argon Vostholt, the former domain of the dragon Argon Vost.
Yeah,
Argon
I don't.
I
I
was
don't.
literally
There's
I
any.
can do that
dragon.
one.
There's no
Um,
point in going there now. I would check out many of our other leads first, and
Fake Ramses answers Strahd's question in code.
I think we would keep the gem.
You would keep the gem. This is reasonable.
Well,
Ramses, I see you keep your head. How's your search for your brother going?
I haven't seen him anywhere, but he's close to me. I could tell. And if I ever find him, we'll have a chat.
Ah, yes, very good. Fake Ramses' sense of right and wrong is different.
okay. I want to just whisper to Ramses, trying not to let Strahd hear. I don't think we should give up the guy unless he agrees to it. That just wouldn't be right.
The druid tried to kill us. You want to spare him? Typically, I might not disagree with you.
Fake Ramses is a little aggressive.
And I am going to transform
I'm
again
going
if
to
you keep
cast
on me.
Hold Person on Shabaka.
Fake
shit.
Ramses comforts Cora.
Cora will kind of nod her head in understanding where Ramses is coming from and kind of grab his arm tightly, like almost in comfort. Cora is a bit more, not that you can tell much, but she's a lot more touchy-feely, like physical comfort kind of person. And she looks like she wants it from Ramses in this case, and then just say, "You were my first friend. I am very angry at the situation."
Ramses will put his hand on her arm and go, "Of course."
Shabaka points out that Fake Ramses' morals are not what they used to be.
It's good to hear. It's good to not keep this stuff inside.
Well, it was your words originally that made me start to think of things in not so much black and white terms, but I still feel like that situation was one of those black and white terms.
Players reveal the entire prophecy to Fake Ramses.
You guys.
I feel like we have almost all of the things from the prophecy. We
It might be
have
Sorry, which
we have
things of the prophecy?
we have
What
the
do we have?
treasure.
What do we have now?
We have the treasure under the
Oh my God,
lock and
that
key of the bones
tone!
of an ancient enemy. We have the sword of sunlight, and we have the werewolf who holds a secret hatred for our enemy. The last two things are one is about Strahd's castle, so we know we have to go there, and the last thing is the something at the end of a long winding road, which is the
That was for
This
the
card tells of history. Knowledge of the ancient will help you better understand your enemy. And I see a faceless god. He awaits you at the end of a long and winding road deep in the mountains.
And that was the Amber Temple. So I think if we go get the last thing on that list before we go to Strahd, set a trap for Strahd, find out what that information is that we need to know. That might help us set a trap for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good luck with that now.
So embarrassed. That was so embarrassing to listen to.
Oh my god. See, I almost
Like,
caught him though, right? I almost got him. It's like, wait a sec, you're the one who said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Vamp, feel anything like a Rift game?
Yeah, totally that one. Yeah.
I am
Oh, that's so
for
good.
almost that whole thing. I was like, okay, I get why we didn't notice. Like, it's not super obvious. But your fucking tone when you were like, "Oh, tell me about the fucking prophecy," like, oh my god.
What about the temple? Yeah. Sorry. What's our next move? Who are we gonna go?
Yeah.
With?
Like, you
Oh
have
my
never
God.
sounded so suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Don't
The
be
only-
suspicious.
The only thing I have going for me is that Cora blew up on Ramses or Seth.
Oh
That
yeah,
is.
totally
I
did.
am so glad that
She nailed it. She had no way of telling, but yeah, she actually was like, "This is no way that you would ever have been."
So there's two things, and I don't know why. When you cast Guiding Bolt once against the druids, and for some odd reason that confused me when we were fighting the druids way the session or whatever ago, 2 sessions ago at this point. And that really confused me. It threw me for a fucking loop for some reason that you prioritized attacking the druids over healing someone or like doing something else. And I was like, huh.
Well, you're being a jerk.
And
I don't remember that.
then I thought it was super cool when you cast Blight because I didn't know why you would ever prepare that.
No
first of all.
questions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
No
never
questions
cast
asked.
that before.
I was like, that's dope.
Yeah.
I was
I
like,
did
that
not
was
question
cool.
it for a second.
And we
Like,
just liked
yeah.
it that you were
Sasha
getting
did
more
not have the
aggressive.
contextual awareness to even put
No,
any of that together.
Sasha wouldn't know, but yeah, for everybody else, basically the description was, "I ripped the life out of the tree." Yeah, that's
Yeah, and it was
totally a
fucking
Ramses thing.
cool.
Oh,
Right.
oh yeah. Yeah.
What?
The other thing that also threw me for a loop is I was honestly I thought Ramses was gonna go against Cora's weird thing. Like he didn't say anything about the Spectre, first of all.
No, it just
Yeah,
doesn't.
yeah.
That was another
That
thing that
Spectre
threw me
was
for a
hanging
loop.
out the
I was
whole
like,
time,
okay.
and he had no problem with it.
I
Yeah.
just figured we had more important things because
Yeah.
Strahd showed up.
We had some
Yeah,
time. Like,
there
we
was
had, like,
a
40
much
minutes
larger
of
threat.
roleplay.
A
We had
lot
like 40
going
minutes
on.
of roleplay. And then there was a one other thing that I was a bit confused about, but I was like, it's stressful. And it was so way back in the day, Ramses didn't even want to kill Madame Voctor in general.
Mm.
I'm
And-
offering up druids left, right, and center now.
And see, when you were killing the druids, I was sitting there like, I wasn't expecting this. But then, of course, Cora has a major flaw when it concerns her friends. And I'm pretty sure we can all point a figure on that,
Yeah,
is that she's
yeah, yeah.
You know-
really willing to forgive anything from them.
The
We're
way
all
you
a
were
little
so
blind.
ready to
Shavaka
fucking
gets-
fight somebody with Fallon, yeah, I got it.
When Shavaka gets this information, he's gonna be, I told you guys, you all sided with him.
I mean, I still think that was
Actually, we
like a
kinda sided
decision,
with
Shabaka,
Cora.
I'm
She
sorry.
started.
Yeah. I feel like Seth sided with Cora, not
Seth sided
that
with Cora.
Ramses. Yeah.
If
I feel
Fallon
like
had
that's
been,
what
I don't know,
happened there.
conscious at the time, she would have also been on
Seth-
on Cora's side immediately, because
Metagaming wise, Seth, because I had to make sure that Seth lived. Seth was planning to ally with Cora if something went wrong.
Right.
Huh.
He had an
Makes
he had an
sense.
escape. He had an
Yeah.
escape plan.
Cora is the most loyal. Even though it doesn't look like it.
That's so funny.
One of my favorite bits there was like the Cora Ramses scene where Ramses is like just like there.
Yeah.
Like,
Tell me more,
It's like-
child.
yeah. Of course, yes, of course. Yeah. Oh, it's so creepy now.
I don't think I'm ever gonna be able to get over just.
Sleep holding your brother's arm. The one that was severed, probably.
Oh my god.
Well, no, it was still Ramsey's body.
No, it was Ramses.
Oh, okay, but like still.
And Sasha is beginning to think he is associating with a mixed bag of nuts right now.
Yeah.
I mean, he is.
Yeah.
Do you think
That's
Seth
a fair
believes
assumption.
that Cora and Ramses are romantically involved?
That's what I would have
might.
thought he might have
Well,
thought.
no, Sasha's actually
Yeah.
focused. He was actually, when he was talking to Strahd, he was trying to figure out weaknesses, personality traits, so he can eventually kill him if it came down to it. He was
Well,
that focused.
Oh,
Yeah.
what's happening?
On Strahd?
No.
Yeah.
During-
Yeah,
during
Sasha
the
wouldn't
whole-
have noticed anything.
Right,
anyways.
anything else, he would not have noticed. That was what, so.
I don't presume that Seth would presume any romantic involvement. I think
Okay.
some closeness, but that's it.
Cool.
Just 'cause it was a few days.
Because there were a lot
and-
of bits in that could have sounded like that, but they didn't end up going there. So he was just being
Just-
cautious.
Hi, Schmoopy!
I
call
think
him
of those
Schmoopy or
moments as
anything like
intimate
that,
friend
so.
moments.
Yeah,
More than
I would
anything,
say
I
the
think-
same.
Yeah.
I'm going
Yeah,
to
I
assume
also
that
think that.
I
I would
agree, but
also,
if you didn't
assume-
know the people, like you might not know that, right?
yeah, I would assume Seth did his research as well.
But he probably would
At
have.
least
He
a
did
little
some.
bit. Yeah.
He
He
watched
definitely
you
did
guys
some.
the first time you visited the
Oh gosh, that was when
place
Cora was
there.
flirting with the
Uh-huh.
with
Oh my
boys.
god,
She was
yeah.
flirting with the boys, and when she marched the guy from the lake all the way out, and fucking
What? That he
Yeah,
was there
and-
for that too?
So that's the first time Ramses like rolled his perception to find out something was going on,
Something was
going
odd.
weird. Yeah.
I felt somebody watching me.
Yep.
Huh.
But nothing happened then.
So, but how
Then a
long?
few weeks ago, we went to a beer tasting and I made him roll a d20 and I didn't tell him what it was for.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Trixie.
But he knew in the.
You waited until
What-
you were
so-
in person. Oh my
Mhm.
god.
So when did you know in character the, like when?
As soon as Jess prepared me, and he said, this is when it's going to happen.
Yep.
And then I just switched people.
So you've been
Yep.
role playing that guy.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
we're all
told him.
just
I told him
fucking
before the
idiots.
session where you were going where I thought you were likely to go back to the Stanley camp.
Right.
I wasn't sure, 100% sure, but the dress was in play, and
So
we
when
were
we
going there, and I said it could be this session, and I'm gonna send you a note on Discord, and when I do, then you're going to be this other person because you blew a magic jar save,
so
which
when
is
we
a
And I
charisma
didn't-
save, which Ramses can fail very easily.
so when we got
Yeah.
Right.
when we got the dress that day, that same day, he was a different person.
That was the day.
Yes.
That was
Yep.
the day, and then the whole.
so-
What did we do after that? We went back
Oh.
to.
We basically went
Crest.
straight to the Druids. We went to the.
or we went
No,
to
we
Went
the
to
didn't
house.
go to
Valaki.
We went
Did
to.
the Blinsky day with for fixing the dress.
That was like
Right.
3 days. Linsky.
You know
The
what's
3
going to
days of
happen
Linsky.
now?
A couple days there, and
So
then you
he's-
went to the Wizard of Wines, then you went to the Druids, and quite frankly, it probably would have gone on longer if you didn't like open up about the prophecy.
Entire prophecy.
Jesus.
Because like when
so-
that came up, I texted in Discord to Waz, and I was just like, I think that's everything he's looking for. I think I said like last session basically, hey, I think that's everything. Do you mind if we cliffhanger on Ramses being gone? Because I think that's how we end the session tonight.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, perfect
that's what we did.
Terrifying.
Yep.
So you know what's going to happen from now on? We're all going to be like hypersensitive to personality shifts.
Yeah.
I think
Right.
that was
Yeah.
already the case in some
Yeah.
regards.
Yeah.
Do you know
There's
what
already
the
that.
only thing that would have made that I would have been suspicious about is Ramses asking for like information, like being like, well, what about what of these things? Because you're the only one who ever knows what we've done.
Yeah, and he always talks about the prophecy, and he didn't this time.
But also,
Yeah.
like, he's the only one of us
I
that
had-
takes like good notes.
Yeah.
So
I'm-
the other thing
yeah.
about that too is that Cora
Oh,
really wanted
so
to tell
funny.
Shabaka to shut the fuck up then, but she felt it was too sensitive of a time to tell him to be quiet. Because she was worried that Strahd was still nearby.
When did you say that?
So when
Or
Shabaka
what-
was talking about the prophecy and we were
Oh,
having that
yeah.
talk,
After
Core
we'd had
really
our-
wanted to tell him to shut the fuck up. Core really wanted to, but didn't.
Don't really talk
because
about-
she didn't.
You should have.
But she didn't because she didn't want to upset Shabaka after such a long day.
You could have just said, "Shut up," or whispered to him or
Get
something.
People could be listening.
Understated. Shut up.
Yeah.
Yep.
She keeps her own information to herself as best as she can, but she doesn't want to like influence other people too much with their personalities. But she really wanted to be like, she could still be listening. Shut up.
Yeah, you don't know who's this guy.
It's true.
But weren't we in? Yeah, we were in the Wizard of Wines at that point, so I thought that Strahd couldn't enter there.
He has.
Strahd had been in there.
Yeah.
He was there having a glass of wine last time we were here.
How did he get in then?
Because it's not just a house; it's also a business. So it's not.
So there's a lot at play there, and you've never asked anyone the answer to that question.
We've got a lot of questions to ask, okay?
Yep. Yeah, that was an easy one to forget. You didn't think it'd be relevant again.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna have fun with this.
Mm-hmm.
And Cora's gonna feel very vindicated after she's like, "Yeah, I fucking yelled in his face."
Right?
I still think you're all crazy.
So when are we gonna know
The only
this?
explanation that makes sense in all situations.
Yeah.
Yes.
So when do we actually know this? Is this coming up?
So presumably you'll figure that stuff out when you talk to Ramses.
But we have to find Ramses.
Yep. And you guys are approaching.
Fucking Christ.
Right?
Honestly, Cora believes that Ramses was possessed by Baba the Saga for some reason, so it's not.
That's not horrible. That works.
An interesting choice.
That's why she brought it up, and then you're like, no, it's so far away. I'm like, hello, things can happen.
I said it was still pretty far. Well, because you said we were approaching it, and I was like, well, not for a fucking while. The
Like
dragon
another
is
hour.
still much closer.
And we're
Another
here.
hour.
More than an hour.
If you guys scroll down to the bottom half of that map, you can see that you are on there.
Oh, are we? Where? Oh,
Indeed.
not bottom half, middle.
Bottom left.
Middle half.
It's the bottom.
Yep.
Oh, that's bigger than I thought it was. Whoopsie.
So before we go back to you guys though, so this was largely a cutscene when you were talking to Seth, and he promised he didn't get up to too much trouble while he was you, and then we play the audio flashback. Is there anything you wanted to say to him there in the coming moments? Because
greater than sad
there are people hot on his heels.
Thanks for the subscription. I changed the sound, by the way, Fritter, so it's not gonna last for that long time. I finally figured out how to change it, so it just did a guitar like ding.
That's better.
Faded. So yeah. Thanks.
Okay, so Ramses will just look at him and go, well, if you're my brother as you say you are, and we share the same mother and father, who I don't know or don't remember, then why all this with the jar? And if you're trying to be peaceful, why didn't you just come talk to me? Would that have been so hard?
After we'd been separated for so long, it would have been hard. Quite frankly, it would have been very hard. It's one of the most difficult things, but fortunately, I had help in this. It's not.
But you don't find it so hard now to just let me out of a jar in front of you, standing here. You think that's...
He's like, his expression falls as you're speaking to him in this tone. He looks like he's upset. Continue.
And, Ramses, I can see that. I can see that this is not necessarily what you expect. I don't like being in this domain. I don't like the way that
Well,
people play with everyone else. I'm so tired of games, and I'm sure you could understand that.
I'm sorry for the games, as you say. It's the stakes. The stakes are very high. A great evil is coming to the realms, and we think we can help. And I've been told you can help us with it as well, and your friends. And they're going to be here soon. I'm sure they're following me, and everything will be perfect.
bro, I'm
Can I,
so
And you'll
sorry.
see
This
that
is
they're
sounding
not
so
harmed.
culty.
and I am grateful that you have not harmed my friends, and that none of them have fallen into trouble because of what has gone on. But can I ask if the person who told you that I could help and my friends could help, was it Strahd?
No, it was the
Thank God.
gentleman. His name was Von Holtz.
Motherfucker.
Mhm.
Also, Ramses, roll insight.
Uh,
DC in this is not low.
is
So it
not
was
low.
Strahd.
Not low.
Oh, 18.
18 is good. He knows Von Holtz is Strahd.
I go, So
But he's
So
hiding it for
Strahd.
some
I
reason.
go, so 2 seconds ago, brother, I said I was tired of games, and yet you jump right into another one.
He
You know who Van Holt is, just as
he
I.
puts up his arms for a second. I promise I will be forthright with you. And he looks around the room. It's like, can we speak in private? We'll go out into the next room.
Wait, what?
Very well. And it's just us and the undead guy.
In there right now. That's right. Yep.
Oh.
And I go, is there hold on one second. I just gotta grab something so that I can do this properly. Is there something that Vladimir Horngard shouldn't know about the fact you're working with Strahd?
And from the back of the room, and so your little voice says, "What's this?" And at that moment, there's a bustle downstairs, and somebody comes running up to the room, and it's like, slightly out of breath from 3 stories of stairs. They're here.
Oof.
They're here. Come quick.
The TV people.
And Seth is like, okay, you have to come downstairs with us now. They're gonna want to see you. Horngard, we'll take this up later. I assure you, everything is fine. And he comes with you, and he grabs you by the arm and starts guiding you down the stairs. Do you follow?
Do I follow? Just for funsies, as I go, well, that's fine. I sort of look back at Horngard, and I kind of give him the head nod of you should come this way, but I carry on just to see if
Mm-hmm.
he wishes to, he wishes to see how this plays out after a revelation. We'll see how it goes.
He's looking at you. His eyes are furrowed. You can tell he is deep in thought. And you guys go down the stairs.
Every time I learn Strahd is doing something to like fuck with us, I get so mad again.
And as with the group of you, the front doors open in front of you, and you are presented with the entry hall of
Hello.
Agenvosselt.
Hi. Someone at the door for us?
Yes, it is a skeletal creature, much like the one outside on the road. Says, "Come in. We've been expecting you. Just wait here, and the master will be down shortly." Sorry, did I say the master? I mean, our guest, I guess. I don't know.
What? Fallon just leans over to Cora and goes, "I don't like this."
The skeletons here are fairly polite.
He's undead,
We
and he speaks nicely.
Okay, well, you
Yes,
guys are being
we have-
extremely judgmental.
unfinished business in this land.
I can understand that. My people have something similar, although I do not know how you speak with no flesh.
Lungs?
I mean, how do the bones
your-
stick together with no
Exactly.
tendons? There's a lot of
How do you be
unanswered
animated?
questions.
He looks at you and says, "I'll be honest with you. I don't know how any of us speak. It doesn't make any sense to me."
Cora kind of giggles,
like-
before remembering she's angry at Ramses.
Shabaka just shrugs and goes, magic. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
I don't know. How do you speak? How does it work? Right? Really, explain it to me. I don't know.
I expel air from my lungs
Usually-
and my tongue manipulates the air to make sounds.
Yeah, but you can manipulate
Usually-
the sounds without your tongue.
And lips.
Usually
Even
speech
then,
requires
for-
thought, too.
I did that without my tongue or my lips. How does that work? I don't know.
It's magic.
Throat muscles.
Actually, I'm going with magic.
Yeah.
There's a spell I heard that
Could
you can put a mouth
If
on
so,
a
it's
on
magic
a wall
for all of us.
Disgusting.
and it talks. Anyway.
Sorry.
Yeah, okay,
Sorry,
well.
I
there's
wasn't
enough-
actually given
where's
permission
Ramses?
to talk to you. You guys can head inside.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
The only thing I
Are there-
find slightly odd about this is that normally
Can't.
dragons don't have undead minions. At least not blue dragons.
Well, from what he's a silver dragon, and from what we've heard,
I'd like to go and... Oh, there we
isn't
go. Found a way in.
here anymore, I believe. That's what we've
thought-
heard, right?
I thought
And it's
silver
open to
Yeah,
dragons.
that's right.
But-
So the dragon hasn't been seen in hundreds of years.
Yeah.
Right. But Cora's running off the assumption that maybe, you know. Fallon, do
Oh,
you want to
Did you guys...
Did this guy have the
Did you guys know the word argon is another language for silver?
did this,
Yes.
No way.
did this
What?
guy have the
Yeah.
Oh, that
same
makes sense. Yeah.
symbols? Did this guy have the same armor and symbols as the other guy?
Argentum.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So he's
Argent-
Argent. Yeah, how about that? What do you know?
It's like
do you
Silver Town.
do you remember your
Silver
life
Hold,
when you
actually.
were alive?
I do.
What
That
was
sounded
it like
quite vicious.
back then?
It was glorious. We were all members of the Order of the Silver Dragon. Argenvost roosted here.
Did
We
you
were
f-
fighting Strahd's minions.
Oh,
And what happened?
Unfortunately, he more powerful than us. They slew Argenvost,
oh.
and the rest of us, we swore our vengeance. And when we died, we were not released from that oath. And now our vengeance is all that keeps us here.
Sounds very similar.
So are you like...
Pardon,
what's
what's
this
that,
called? The
Sorry?
Revenant?
She was just saying quietly that, oh, that sounds very similar to my home.
Hmm. So you don't have
I
like
know your
a
home, but
you don't have like a necromancer who controls you kind of thing?
no such thing. Your friend Sasha. You're Sasha, right?
Yes.
You look like you should be the
Yes.
one who is Sasha. Yes, you've got it.
Yes.
There are some who call us revenants.
Mm.
That's
Oh.
just what I thought. Yes.
That's like a different kind of undead, or
Yes, we
They're
use a different
driven.
word.
We prefer the term living challenged. No,
you meant the PC dead.
sorry, that was out of game. I couldn't help myself though
That
when it
was
came up.
That was really good, though. Well timed. Okay,
Excuse
back
me.
into character. Back into
Yeah.
character.
Excuse me.
But-
Where the
Yes.
fuck is Ramses?
A revenant. Okay.
Yes, he will be down. I hear their steps, footsteps on the stairs. Ramses,
Do we hear their
you
footsteps
come
on the
down
stairs?
from the area above, and I'm actually in the top half. I'm gonna reveal a part of the map as well,
Ooh.
and so
Right.
there is a balcony that goes around this room.
I get it.
Oh, I should read this. The room feels like a king's tomb. A grand staircase leads up to a stone balconies held aloft by stone pillars and arches. A tall faded tapestry depicting a nobleman in silver armor hangs from an iron rod above the staircase landing. 6 sets of double doors lead from this foyer along the walls. Displayed on marble pedestals are 3 alabaster busts of handsome men. A 4th bust and its pedestal have been knocked over, and their shattered remains lie strewn across the mosaic floor. 2 chandeliers of wrought iron hang from the ceiling like monstrous black spiders.
There's something really deeply funny to me about just being busts of handsome men all over the place.
I was about to say, I don't think Fallon would agree.
This place
No,
is
but it's
pretty cheap.
very funny because it's like, what a decor choice.
Do they look like the same man, or is it different men?
Nope. No, the one that is behind on the tapestry is the one given the place of honor. The other ones are various different people in armor, warriors of some kind.
So I'll ask the revenant that we just talked to. Are any of those you?
No, you had to have died before my time.
Oh,
to
I
get
see.
I was
So-
gonna say, I think they
Yes.
all died. I don't think there was anyone left to really honor.
Right,
Mr.
right. That
King
would have been
Farquaad.
before when you were alive.
Yes, this is
Ah.
when the order had other things to do other than resist Strahd. Before this even became the land that it is now.
So this land was not always Barovia, like under Strahd. It was another land before.
Yes, these are this valley, this area, these mountains were sucked into this realm from another place. The place where he came, the place where he set up his home.
So
Doomed us all.
was it multiple places came and combined to be one, or was it all one and these all just happened to be there?
It was all one. This is
So we can see
single
Ramses
area of
now.
land.
So there was
Yes,
like a
Ramses
Barovia.
comes down the stairs with somebody you don't recognize. But that somebody is grinning from ear to ear, and he looks at you and he says, "Welcome, Targan Vastholt. I have your
Indeed.
companion," he says, and he kind of does the two-handed gesture towards Ramses.
So
Found
Ramses,
Unharmed.
Ramses,
go.
after all of that talk about not leaving us behind and
Are you
being within
fucking
sight,
serious?
how dare you?
Ramses will
Ye-
hold up his hand for a second. Still up on the stairs, and I go, before any chastising happens any further, I would like to introduce you to our current host. This is Seth. Apparently, Seth is my brother. And Seth felt it easiest to understand who we are and how we think by trapping my soul in a jar and wandering about as me for a few days.
I see the resemblance. You both have the
What?
same. You both have the
Seth's
same
confidence
eyes.
falters in the way you're phrasing that.
So anything that I may or may not have said in the last 3 days while I sat upon a mantelpiece was not me.
Oh, I knew it.
What?
I knew it.
No, you
Step
didn't.
back.
He
I
was
did not
acting
notice
weird.
the
You
difference.
know it.
You
But-
started out weird with me.
You didn't know shit.
My brother would like to think that
Do they look
that
the
was-
same?
There's a
Or
family
even
similarity.
vaguely similar?
Yep.
Yeah.
Continue,
Okay.
Ramses.
Except for the
he
brown
would
hand.
he would like to think that he has been tasked with the charge of defeating some great evil. At least that's what he says. But would you like to? And I look at my brother. Tell them who it is that is saying that we can help defeat the great evil. This is your chance to not play games.
I'll give you the whole story, he says. I was approached by a man. He introduced himself as Vasily von Holtz. He described to me something that I've been seeing in my own dreams. There is an evil coming for the realms. I have seen it. I had a recurring dream for many nights of an evil force coming to the lands under darkness.
As if there isn't one already here.
Coming to all lands.
Coming to the realms, the
I've
realms
known
where
no
we're
different.
from.
We all saw this.
Vasily introduced me. He brought me here. He said that I had a role to play in preventing this darkness. And he introduced me to a seer here who showed me the same things that I'd been seeing myself. And yes, we all know, and he kind of shrugs his shoulders and gestures wildly with his hands. We have heard who Vasily von Holtz is. But that doesn't mean that he hasn't shown me real truth. Truth that I can corroborate from my experience before I ever met him.
I can say I can relate. Do go on.
Fallon looks unimpressed.
I mean, do you already know what the secret evil is, or are we still trying to figure that out?
I don't know what the great evil is, but I know how to fight it.
That sounds weird.
So,
And he gestures around him. An army of the undead.
I don't.
I think they
your
prefer
brother will
Revenant.
appreciate that.
Not just revenants. Revenants, sure. Revenants are generals and majors, but underneath them, lieutenants, and all the different forms. I get that people will be frightened by this. I get that people won't really understand what we're trying to do, that we're trying to help them. But we can help them. We really, really can. We can fight this evil together.
Cora looks at Ramses.
Ramses looks totally unimpressed.
Fallon also looks deeply unimpressed.
And Ramses also is sort of, because he's up high at the moment. He's still looking at the group, making sure that none of them seem
Is he here?
physically harmed anyway. Yeah, I'm standing at the top of the stairs
All right.
with
By-
him.
So, Seth is walking down the stairs towards the group, just like trying to get closer. He does stop on the landing there, though. Doesn't quite
So,
get down
right here.
with you guys. Yep, that's right.
Okay.
Yep, I
So
will
by
stay.
the-
I will actually stay next to him.
Okay.
So by the tapestry, right?
Yep, that's right.
Dasha will approach at the bottom of the stairs.
You
He's-
you look like you see the wisdom in this.
I see
There is-
madness. You'll have to convince me of wisdom.
Brother, why don't you? What actually?
He
do you have a?
actually
do you have a-
he like his eyes twitch. He like blinks 3 times in a row when
Sasha calls it
Sasha
madness?
says madness.
I go, is there not a place that we can go and comfortably chat about this? What this evil is that you think it is, and what it is you think we can do? We, as you can tell, we are reasonable people. We haven't quickly drawn arms. I quickly look around. No, we haven't quickly drawn arms. And
Did have to
and
check.
but we're willing to hear your side. Do you understand that we have been here, maybe not as long as you, I don't know how long you've been here.
A few months now.
But we have interacted with Strahd on a number of occasions.
The when you say that, the revenant from the door and another revenant who's in the room kind of look at you. They don't take any action, but they note that you just said you interacted with Strahd.
And
by
I
the way,
noticed that?
when
You do.
he says we're reasonable
Okay.
people, if you looked at Fallon's face, she's literally like basically snarling a little bit. Like
Yep.
she's got like you can see
And-
the fangs.
Shabaka
Well,
mumbles.
there's a few.
Shabaka mumbles.
Reasonable
if
my
I-
ass.
if by interact you mean kicked his ass.
Right? And I'll say to the because I'm going to half play my brother's game, but I'm going to be a little courteous. But I will say out to the revenants, oh, don't worry. At every turn, we have not done what the Count wishes. He is trying to sway us to do something, but he doesn't understand that we don't see eye to eye. He does understand,
Mhm.
but he is of a greatness and a power that he believes that his will be done.
He's
And
quite
I'm sure,
stubborn.
looking at my brother, I'm sure you feel the same way. You feel that his will be done, and you are doing the best to stop the great evil. We have all had that dream, brother. We have had the dream of the great evil coming to the lands. Have you never thought that that great evil coming to the lands is him, and you're going to set him free? Has this not occurred? Are you too busy
Roll
playing
insight.
games with others?
He makes no immediate reaction to that comment, but roll insight.
Oh, that's going to be... Come on, be the high side. Oh, you bastard. I hate 2 dice. Why did you tell me to switch it to always roll 2 dice? Can I turn that off? I hate that.
It's so annoying.
I hate that.
Yeah.
Multiple levels.
Sometimes it's
Can anyone else roll
nice
insight?
though.
No, this was
yeah,
for Ramses only.
Okay.
Yep. I had these dreams. I know of this coming evil before I ever came here, before I ever talked to anyone. I know this is gonna happen. This evil is coming. I have
Yes,
been
you have.
given an opportunity to help. How can you deny that that's a good thing? It is an excellent thing.
I'm not saying, brother, please calm. I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm just trying to ask you some questions. I would have asked you these questions if you'd come talk to me in person to start with. But now that we're together in this sort of situation, I can ask you some of these. Now, Cora, if you don't mind, can I want to relay a little bit of something, not the whole story, but something to Seth so that he can potentially understand what could have also happened. Cora, before she came here, was told of something that was going to happen. And we have found out since coming here from going to a seer that what she was told, even though she wasn't here, even though this was further back, that it was manufactured by Strahd.
Yes, it was.
So
He shakes his head.
if you believe that the only reason if you look into your heart to grasp control, if you believe the only reason that you know this is right and it has nothing to do with him is because this happened before you got here, let me tell you, I can prove that wrong already.
Are you familiar with something called the Sphinx?
And from the south,
Yes.
I've heard of it.
Do you,
I don't. I only know it a little.
can you imagine how powerful a creature like a Sphinx would be?
Pretty powerful, as I understand.
The Sphinx was the one that told me my prophecy, was the one that got me here, was the one
Exactly.
that had me choose my sword, Samaya, and you saw the power of the sword, how it conjures specters,
Perfect.
undead,
So I know you understand where I'm coming from.
and I was heartbroken by Count Strahd, because he
No.
lied to me.
No.
I was in your spot, not more than 2 weeks ago, feeling your exact same feelings. In front of people I wanted to cherish and love. And they told me it was fake. Does that sound familiar?
But it's not fake. No. No, I
So
don't
How old
accept
are
that.
you? How old are you?
I'm
he's in his
Ramses' age
later
plus 2.
20s. Yep.
What
He's a
is
bit older than
what
that.
does
Around 22.
Mid 20s, actually.
are you from
Ramsey
here?
is pretty young.
No.
No.
No, we come from Tell him.
Why don't you tell me?
I will tell him where the church was.
Yeah, sounds good.
So I'll say,
No, no, no,
I
no, no.
I
Hold on, my
remember
friend.
this.
Hold
He
on.
tells you where the church was from Ramses' backstory, where I don't exactly recall
Okay,
where it is
gotcha.
right now.
Yeah,
Neither do I, because I don't know
Yeah.
places.
okay.
Yes. We went
Okay.
there as a family, Ramses, me, and our parents and our sister. And we made a home there for as long as we could. But there was much tumult. Even then I was having the visions way back then. So like this can't be like something that has come on recently. I've seen this for my whole life. You've come to this recently.
I've had these visions for more than 3 months.
I've had them for years.
Did you
Mine
know
made
that
me
Strahd is ancient?
I presume so, yes. And he gestures off to the east. Yes, he's ancient.
So he's been around for more than a few years. And he wants to get out.
But
He
he
said
has
These
so.
no
realms have been around for longer than Strahd.
he has
That's
no
probably
use
wrong.
for me. Like I'm
No, that is wrong, brother. You don't understand. He has a use for you.
I don't see it. There's plenty of
But,
people he could have chosen
brother,
other than me.
why did you come here? You came here because of your dream. Yes?
Yes, yes.
You followed it because you're going to help that succeed. He has something he wants you to do, and he's told you. And you followed it into whatever he wants you to do. So
No,
yes,
no, no.
he
Everything I've done
he
here, I've done
wants
because
you
I
here.
wanted to do it. The only thing he ever asked me to do was to make sure you didn't get into trouble.
No, and that's fine. Actually, he himself don't like understand that Strahd has said to us, "You will help me. You will get what I need." We know that that is the thing. For you to say, "Oh, Strahd is working secretly with me to to fight this evil is and that myself and my companions are the key to this. This is something he tells us often. So this is him using you to find a new way to get to us. As Esmeralda, for example, with Fallon. Right? As the prophecy with Cora. He is playing, as I mentioned to you earlier, games with all of us. He is bringing someone here he thinks that we will trust, that we will believe in, that has some chance of making us think that Strahd's ideal of escaping this realm to live free within the rest of the realms is the right thing. Now,
He closes his eyes and he's rubbing his temples as you talk.
I am more than willing, brother, to listen to you. Prove to me in some way, without having Strahd come here personally and saying, nope, that's not true. Prove to me that what you're doing is right. And we will listen.
Shabaka scratches his arm and wonders why. I wonder who he's got affecting me.
The shadow wolf.
Nobody, clearly. Yep.
No one, yeah. I must be pretty lucky.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
I mean, Cora is kind of wondering that.
I just laughed so hard it made my shoulder hurt a little.
Nice.
I mean, Cora is actually genuinely wondering that a little bit because
Really?
the entire plot prophecy. No, not for Shabaka. No.
Okay.
No.
No, that guy's
Not for
evil
that.
through
But,
and
like,
through. Yeah.
For her, it feels obvious. Fallon with Esmeralda and Shabaka with the wolf, and Ramses with his sibling with his brother, and Sasha with his lineage. Cora definitely was manipulated to be here, but she doesn't have anything messing with her yet.
But I think she's the one that
While
binds the
here.
group together.
Oh.
Yeah, what he's using with Cora is her
Cora's
loyalty,
imagination.
bro.
Maybe Isaac?
We're all loyal to Cora.
Is that how that works?
Cora is loyal to everybody else.
Fiercely, without question, unfortunately.
And that's her fatal flaw.
Old fatal flaw again, eh?
Rubbing his eyes, or sorry, closing his eyes and rubbing his temples. It's like this is not how this was supposed to go.
Well, tell us.
You were supposed. It's easy. It's evil. We fight it. We fight it together. You join me, and we fight this evil that's coming to the land.
Okay, I got an idea.
Already here.
I got an idea for you. What if we defeat the evil we can see right in front of us, Strahd, first, and then we fight that other evil?
Strahd is small time. He's locked in this pathetic realm of his with the depressed people and the shitty wine, and he's
Did he say shitty
here.
wine?
Yes.
Yes.
This wine is substandard.
But we're talking about a threat to the realms, right? He's offered. He looks around and he lowers his voice so not to be heard by any of the other revenants in the area. He's like, yes, he's helping, but he can help us with so much of a bigger evil.
But you want to align with one evil to fight another evil? Why don't we just defeat that evil and then we'll be that much more powerful?
Because we can't do it on our own. I've seen the visions. You've seen some of you, all of you, some of you, all of you have seen the visions as well.
Of what?
No, except for maybe Sasha.
Well,
yes.
We have almost defeated Strahd once. If we had more help.
Yeah, I've heard the stories. I don't see how that worked out well for you.
Strahd.
We kicked the shit out of him in one fight, okay?
Yeah. He
I'll
had
stand
to
by that.
leave.
At the risk of
And
every
is he
single
gone?
time.
Is he
Hold on.
gone?
Hold on.
Wait.
I am frustrated with how easily you forget that every single time we've interacted with Strahd violently, with Count Strahd violently, someone has died. Filbert died.
Okay.
Rudolph
Shabaka,
died.
Shabaka moves over
Shabaka
to
did not die
Cora.
last time.
Shabaka goes over and he
Attack
said,
Chewbacca.
he whispers to Cora, maybe next time it'll be that guy instead of us.
Shabaka lived the last time we clashed violently with Strahd.
I
No, he died the
value
first time we
your
fought him.
courage. I value your courage, Shabaka, and I value all of your courage. But we are not at this point where we can even identify a larger threat than Strahd. I am very sorry. What was your name again?
Seth.
She's looking at Seth.
Yeah.
The
He
evil
nods
that
at
you
you somewhat.
talk about.
The energy has gone out of his expression, though.
The evil you speak of, even if we were all supposed to fight it together, we could not even defeat Strahd without all of us living. We can't do that. And I'm not willing to put your brother at risk, nor my other friends, for a dream. Not anymore.
Also, Seth, a thing you might not know, but we can't even leave here and go back to the realms until we defeat Strahd, so...
No, he's suggesting we help Strahd enough to leave with him.
Oh, that's a
I-
bad plan.
I have been assured that when we get our forces in order here, that we can leave and fight this evil. This is the plan.
Precisely.
Well,
You do realize that
Strahd can't leave here,
all
so...
Strahd wants is to
Oh,
leave.
Strahd will stay. That's the beauty of it. That is exactly the beauty of it. He can't leave. He's cursed here. We rally here. We gather our forces. We build our undead army, and we go out to rid the world, the realms of this evil. And he can't escape. It's beautiful.
Then why would he help you? What
I
benefit
don't
does he
really
gain
see
from
that.
this?
Happening.
Because the
he
way that
kinda-
people like Strahd function is there has to be a benefit for him. He does not do things out of the kindness of his heart.
No, I'm sure there's a benefit to him. Of course you're right. Roll insight. Anyone talking to him is eligible.
Insight.
I just roll one die. I just want one
Let's
die.
see if I can actually get a good roll this time.
Alright,
Yeah,
come on,
16. That's
insight.
not terrible.
Few good rolls there.
Sucks again.
Couple good rolls there. Anyway, Yeah.
Yeah, 17.
no, he hasn't necessarily thought all this through.
Oh, shocker!
We needed to roll a die for that?
Color me surprised.
Yeah, but it shows on his face right now.
Right,
Like
okay.
yeah.
Brother,
I can't
come.
believe
Let's
that
Yeah,
Valen
let's
is telling
go
someone
talk
they're not
this
thinking
through.
something through.
go talk this through, brother.
No,
Yeah.
no, you are.
Well,
He's there's something like anger rising on his face. He said you would join me. I've put so much into this, and he's looking at you, Ramses, specifically.
I cast
Like,
protection from
this is
evil and
not
good.
what I was told was going to happen. This is
Yes,
not at
but
all going to
Strahd has a
plan.
tendency
You
to
were
lie.
going to join me. We were going to be a family again,
Where's Ramses?
and we were going to
I'm on the stairs with him.
gonna fight this thing. And he's like, his lower lip is quivering. He's really quite emotional at this moment.
I put my hand on his shoulder.
I put my hand on Ramses' shoulder and cast this.
But I put my hand on my brother's shoulder and I say, "Brother."
And he looks
go,
at when as you're saying that, he looks at Shabaka and he says, "Do you think I'm evil? I'm not evil."
Well, it is protection from good and evil.
Yeah, I'm sure you thought you needed protection from good.
I just don't want him to get possessed again. That's all.
that has happened. Strahd is very good at that game. But I keep my hand on her shoulder. I go, but brother, we've just reunited. I am sorry that I do not remember you. I don't remember our family at all. I have a different recollection, and it's not a good one. And maybe you can enlighten me. But if this is something you really want, if this parlay to work with each other is something you truly want, then I deeply want you to tell me what this plan is. And if brother, we find out together that this plan is good and that this is going to do something, that is one thing. But if talking together we find out that this is not good, I only ask that you listen to reason.
I mean, it makes sense, right? Can still be allies. Even if we don't agree on everything.
At the end of the day, brother, what you have said is that you want to create an army to fight a great evil. Oddly enough, we are here to fight a great evil as well.
He
Hmm.
has an expression of exhaustion on his face. He kind of wipes his brow. This is
Uh.
not the way this was to go.
I
The plan
I-
is simple. I knew you'd take some convincing, Ramses, just because of what it is. And you're either on board or you're not.
You haven't
And
even
he
told me the
stands
plan.
back and he extends his arms out to both sides and kind of spins around to indicate like everything around him. And he says, "We're raising an army. An undead army. We're going to take that army to the realms and we're going to prevent this evil from coming." I know that's not exactly the way you like to do things, but I thought the objective was worthy. But I was told that your friends and you would join.
But if you don't know what
A
the great
question
evil
for
is,
you.
how are you going to attack it
How
with
is
an
it-
army?
And
We're
if you're
going to
limited
defend
to,
against it
like,
with an army. We'll get there first. We'll be ready.
How do you know where it's
How-
going to attack? Even what
I have
form
an
it
idea
takes.
from the visions.
But what form will it take?
which realms? Which realms are
Largely
you
a
talking
humanoid
about?
form.
And what if
Hey,
it will take control
The
of your
Forgotten
army?
Realms. In the
And how do you propose getting there?
We already
I've been
discussed
assured
this.
that we can leave. You got here. I've
I
been
got
told
here
that when we're ready, that we can leave.
from another of the realms of the mist, not
No,
from
I
the
mean you
Forgotten
as a group.
realms.
You as a group. You all came here. If he lets you travel, you can travel.
If he,
I am part Vistani. Of course I can travel.
If you could do it by yourself, we would be saved.
I am limited to those areas that the Vistani can travel.
He's
And that
making
does
fun of you,
not
Sasha.
include.
But
So?
let's go back to that though. Say you take your army over into the realms. Where in the realms are you going to go?
I know where to go.
Well, where
And
is
how
it?
is it
'Cause
that we've
maybe we can have an idea of what that might be. Because I know
If you
a
come
few
with
places.
You're on.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
I was told that my nomadic tribe would be in danger. Did you ever see a vast desert in your
I have.
locations? I see.
I'm afraid it is one of the most threatened areas.
What
I would
about
suspect so.
a frozen wasteland?
Not specifically.
Okay. Good to know.
My people
Hush.
have many of revenants and blades there that are, while protected, cannot withstand assault. I could see the concern.
I am not a betting man. He pulls a copper coin out of his pouch and he places it at the top of
I'm
one
glad
of
you didn't say underwear.
the
Right?
no out of his pouch, and he places on top of one of the banisters on the rails going up the stairs. But I will gladly bet you now that this mere coin, between me and you, it says that you cannot make it outside of this realm. You are powerless to do so.
I
But
am
Sasha,
powerless
he has
on my
said,
own.
yeah, he has said that it is with Strahd's help.
Someone's
Strahd
help.
doesn't help
Anyway,
anybody.
You are
Strahd
all,
does not help anybody. You are deluding yourself if you think otherwise.
all of you are trying to convince him with reason.
Yeah.
It's not going to work because he's not
I'm not
acting with
convincing.
reason.
Jesse, did
Correct.
another guy come with him that you said was up there?
no.
Okay. So we don't
So
know about that guy.
I've
Actually,
only
roll perception.
Alrighty. Perception.
He isn't acting with reason.
Well, I'm good at that.
okay.
Ramses
So
nails
actually,
it. Ramses
I-
has like some idea. So does
26.
Chewbacca.
Yeah.
Yeah, up on the railings above, around a corner, just
9.
peeking out from behind it, is the leader
I will,
guy.
I will say, okay, brother. I guess there's one last thing that, again, I understand what you've been told, and again, I'm willing to listen to what this great plan is, unless the plan is only let's go disturb the spirits of the dead who have already passed, to rip them back into their hollow husks for war.
Don't get all high and mighty with me.
Sorry,
It is-
obsessed with that's what.
It is quite literally what I stand for, brother. Now, all I was going to say is, if you are so certain that this plan, this entire thing, is not to let him out, why are you so afraid along this whole way to say his name out loud and that you're working with him? Because every revenant here, every person upstairs, everyone that seems to know that is not. See, they don't seem to think that you're working with him,
He
which
lowers
means
his
you're
voice.
hiding this.
They have some vengeance thing. They'll help
Yes,
fight the evil. They just don't want to know why.
they do want to know
They-
why, because more than
Right.
likely it is the reason they
It
are
won't
here.
be good for them. It won't be good for
It
them
is-
to know why.
To free their souls at last would be good for them.
They're
Right, it's
they're
part of-
dead.
it's
They
part of what
died
compels them
already.
to
They don't
undead.
need free souls.
Hmm.
One copper souls. So how is it? And I've been together with this group for I don't know, a couple of weeks now, and they've been together for several weeks before then in this very realm. How is it that today, now, is the very first time I am ever hearing of you?
That's because
Ramses
we
just
don't
said
really
he doesn't
speak about
remember
it.
his family.
Yeah, I don't think you knew this guy.
I don't
I
know
didn't
this. It's still,
Ramses,
It's
I
giving me.
get
thought
it, but it's
you-
still too neat.
I thought you knew you had a sibling, though.
I thought he didn't know that.
Or you guessed.
I don't.
Like I
No,
have a sibling. I've known him all my life.
It's
The
got,
Vladimir is my
thing-
older brother.
it's really got
The-
Dexter season 1 vibes.
right? The only thing I remember of my past is that there was traces of someone leaving a burning house that had a couple inside. Maybe Yusef could explain who that couple is and why they were in a burning house. And why I was trapped somewhere, and it wasn't until a priest came and found me that I was able to leave.
Well, you not
Our
the one
parents
that
trapped you there,
was
not me.
a
And
question.
and you left
Salsa,
me there.
Shush.
I didn't want to.
I'd love
I couldn't
to
reach you.
on it.
You
How much
couldn't
older does this guy
reach
look
me.
than Ramses?
2 years.
Oh,
He's a couple years. Well, when I finally left where I was, there was a burned house, if that was our own. And if you want to tell me who the two people were in that burning house? Burned house?
They were our parents.
So
I didn't want that though. I didn't. That was their fault, not mine.
so even then,
we insight that
even
one?
then, if you
He
knew
believes it.
Oh, okay.
if you knew that they had trapped me and you had slain them or whatever it is that allowed them to crawl together and grab onto each other in a burning house, you could not walk around to the other side of the house where I was, because the flames were what, 1,000,000 miles long?
I wanted to. They made it so I couldn't.
Who is they?
Our parents. They prevented me from reaching you.
Yet somebody else happened to come along and just free me.
I don't know anything about that. They must have been quite something.
How old were you?
Young. Too young.
So, say 4?
Oh, I think we were probably 6 and 8.
That sounds about right.
Expect an 8-year-old to rescue you from a burning building.
If my 8-year-old brother was able to kill my parents, yes.
Oh.
I don't know why
Or-
you didn't have the dreams back then. I've had them my whole life.
But even
There's
back
nothing
then,
in that life was going to help us prevent this evil.
Rebecca sits down on the ground and looks sad.
yeah, this might be a minute.
But it doesn't have to be. Look, I know this isn't going well. I didn't want to do this, but you have to join me. Join me here. Join me now. Let's fight this evil together. This is your chance. And he holds out his hand to you. And he puts his hand back down by his side. Very well. Join me now. Or I tell Strahd everything that you've said over the last 3 days.
Oh, he hasn't already?
Yeah,
Oh,
as
not
if he doesn't
already.
know it already.
Chewbacca goes, phew! And starts to prepare a spell.
But unless you have a specific yes or no answer right now, we're going to call it there.
Oh, come on. Oh, it's
Well,
12. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good cliffhanger ending.
Well, I was
That's
going
a good
to mention
cliffhanger.
that there was another memory that they probably brought up during the morning of Filbert, where they met Filbert at a bar in Waterdeep, where Filbert was re-meeting Chewbacca, and I think Ramses was there as well.
Yep. Yeah,
Oh,
I think
yeah.
Does
they
that
were all
sound
there.
Yeah.
familiar?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I think Shabaka and Filbert re-met first with Fallon, and then Cora
Correct.
and Ramses.
No, I
joined.
believe that it was no. I think that
Wait, you're right.
Filbert was the last to join us.
Yeah,
Right,
Shabaka and Fallon
because
were
it
already
was-
together.
Shabaka
Because
and Fallon, and then
Cora
we
got
met the
lost
two
in
of
that
you.
maze together.
Yeah.
Cora and Fallon got lost in that maze.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but then we met the two of you, and then the four of us all met Filbert.
And then we helped him hunt some criminal down or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
Next session, we're basically gonna go to yes or no. So everyone think that over.
I think they're probably saying no because I think this guy's pushed this guy's logic is not going to be changed by any of our efforts.
The only thing Cora is like mildly displeased, not mildly, but more displeased, but it's Cora speak of how many men that are just controlling of people that they consider theirs in a way.
Right?
How many men?
Barovia, the amount of men in Barovia that I like, unbelievable.
I've definitely been reading this with an eye towards how phallocentric it is.
Yeah.
And
oh my
it's
god,
a lot.
no, oh yeah.
Yep.
Like
most of
so
the main
much,
female
man.
characters are there to be some sort of object of affection or lust or something.
Apart from, of course, Doctor.
Or evil. Yep.
Or
Except
just
very
like
controlling.
evil bitch.
Except the ones that are added by.
But even Lady
Jesse.
Voctor, it's like she's low key implied to be sort of in love with Strahd.
Oh, I
But
don't
she
know
also
that
had
she
her
was in
get
love
that.
with God. I felt that she was better to be in league with the devil than not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Nothing to do with love.
Zuleika's cool.
And Esmeralda
there's a few others. Esmeralda, in some interpretations of the storyline, is kind of cool and not a villain.
Yeah.
And I mean, Zulinka as well, though. She was under the control of
the
Conry.
abbot.
Yeah.
Henry.
And then
Conry, yeah.
Vasilka under the abbot,
Oh, Vasilka,
Irina
yeah.
under Isaac, and
Strahd.
Strahd.
Zulenka's
what about-
wife.
Who is
kidnapped.
who's the
Zulenka's wife
werewolf
was
woman?
kidnapped. Yeah, Zulenka.
That's Zulinka?
Zulinka.
Oh yeah, because
Yeah.
she was under that
And she
other
was
werewolf that we
kidnapped.
killed. That's right.
But if everybody was badass and powerful, then it would make our jobs really simple.
Well, no, well, I know that, but I mean, like, I feel like the
Our
difference.
point is, a lot
most
of women lack
are
agency.
getting controlled.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I
It's-
kind of feel like Isaac is the one being controlled.
Yeah, he
Well,
is.
well, definitely, but he has his own issues that are being messed with, unfortunately.
Yeah, there's no woman who's like
controlling him.
controlling some. Well, I guess Lady Voctor was
The only
kinda
closest
controlling
is Lady
things.
Voctor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lady Voctor
Except that-
also had
wasn't that
pretty
more
tight
just like-
strings on her sons
Yeah.
Yeah.
until she didn't.
And then
And
the
what about
Hag.
Madame Eva? She's not being controlled by anybody.
Yeah, she has. She
No.
was she was manipulated and controlled by Strahd into telling us the fake prophecy.
Oh,
Did
but
she?
also,
No,
to be fair,
She didn't tell you a fake prophecy.
She told us
She
the
told
real
us the
prophecy.
truth.
Yeah.
Well, wasn't she the one that had to send the prophecy out to Cora?
No.
No.
Okay,
That
so
was,
then okay.
sorry, you're right. All of
She
the
did
women
know that
either
it was
lack
false, though.
agency or they're old women.
Yes, that's fair. 100%.
That's fine. It's okay.
Um,
There's actually a wide variety of women. I just feel like there's a
Yeah.
lot of men that are controlling.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's
I
it's
agree.
a theme,
It's
man.
from a-
Oh my
It's
god,
from
it's so
a-
accurate to real life.
It is from the 80s too, so
I think it's in general pretty well written, but it is from a previous age.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like it's some of the choices didn't age well.
Yeah.
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 Like I think a 2024 version of this would be really well done.
Some people
But it's
have
very
already
second edition.
Some people have already done alternate versions that you can get with the
female
characters
Strahd.
gender swapped and different. Yeah, female Strahd and stuff. I think it sounds like it would be
yeah.
way better with a female
Okay,
Strahd.
but like, why would female
Yep.
Strahd kind of maybe get me on her side? Because like that's hot.
Oh,
That happens
Hey.
with us.
Female Strahd.
I love
Maybe
a
that-
powerful woman.
Maybe that's the final reveal. It's not a
I
man.
love a powerful
It's-
woman. But
He's
okay,
not a
I had
man, man.
realization. I had a realization during this session that really fucked me up, which was there's a lot of stuff that your Ramses' brother keeps saying, where I'm like, oh no, him and Fallon are really similar.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
But this
Like-
guy's just not. He's just sticking to his original belief, though.
Convictions.
He's not.
Yeah, but I mean, so's Fallon.
not well. You.
He hasn't changed a belief.
Yeah, but you don't believe that Strahd is the answer to the world's problems,
No.
though.
Well, no, because he's responsible for the death of my father.
Yeah. So.
But no, so he kept. It was the way that he's clearly very driven by a sense of, first of all, grief, and also of like the fact that he's so sure he knows what the right thing to do is.
Is he?
Which
He is sure he
Well, he
knows
believes
what the right
that.
thing to do is.
Yeah.
Sure he is.
But he said
and
he
Fallon
did.
also believes that.
He did realize when we pointed out some of the flaws in his logic, and he kind of like.
Yeah, but it's difficult to admit when there's flaws in your logic, when they get pointed out that you're wrong, when you
Yeah.
based your entire belief system on it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Also-
But and then there
Yeah.
was also very specifically the way he was talking, that you guys were talking about the backstory with him and how he couldn't. He's talking about how he couldn't save Ramsay and all this stuff. That's a
He's
lot of. There's
rationalizing,
some stuff in
yeah.
Fallon's backstory that also have that vibe. And so you guys were talking about that, and I was like, "Oh no!
Yeah. Oh yes.
Oh no!"
Oh yes.
Yeah, he's got a belief system based in a logic that makes very good sense to him.
Anyway,
Well, I mean,
yeah,
I think the
was-
choice of fighting this, like, we were basically either going to fight him or join him, and we're not going to join him, so.
Well, it's all up to what Ramses
Yeah,
next says.
so what are you going to say, Ramses?
It's next session.
Next
I
session.
thought you asked
Yeah.
for us to all to. have
What's,
an
what's
idea.
that?
No,
I
we can think about
Cliffhanger.
it.
For next session. For next session.
Yep.
Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were
Basically,
discussing
yes.
that now. Okay.
No, it's fine to accept to have opinions now, but like basically next session the conversation has kind of has done its course. I think we know where everyone stands, and dragging the conversation out more won't resolve anything.
No.
So let's see
clear.
what happens next.
So
So one thing to keep in mind when I'm play acting Sasha, keep in mind he has no awareness of the outside world. None.
Yeah.
So
well, you haven't been to the realms?
never.
Oh,
He
I
has
thought you said you
always
had
lived
been there.
No.
Oh.
He's always lived in the Ravenloft setting.
So you don't even know if you can leave or not.
Well, you can travel between there's other realms within the Ravenloft setting. He can travel between those.
In like
He
the
originates from
realms,
one of the other ones.
Van Richten's Guide type Ravenloft things.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, Realms of Dread,
Yes.
but not like the Forgotten Realms. Okay.
Correct.
This guy is
Correct.
talking about.
I've been talking about the Forgotten Realms.
Yeah, this guy's been talking about that realm.
Realms
Forgotten
of
Realms.
Dread is so rough of a name.
Right?
Yeah.
I think there's
Isn't it called
something.
Domains of Dread?
Domains of Dread. Sorry, that's what I meant.
Okay. Oh,
Domains of
that's so
Dread,
much
yeah.
better. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. You're right.
Has a nice ring to it.
But
Interesting side point. As 5 minutes ago, it became my 50th birthday.
oh,
my God,
shit!
birthday!
Happy
You are-
birthday!
Thank you.
Half a century old.
Yep.
Wow.
I'm gonna.
Happy
Oh.
birthday,
Thank
I-
you.
Oh.
youngin.
There you go.
I'll get this thing on screen.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, it's gonna
Welcome
sound
to
so
the
awful.
welcome to the downhill side of the hill.
Yeah.
Yep.
My
Yep.
God. What a depressing statement.
Hey, I'm
Everyone who
55.
reaches this
I
age
can
has
do
thought it.
this.
Yeah. It sucks.
Yep.
What's
Yeah, we're still just as childish.
exactly.
Actually, I
This is
haven't
what
been in
it
better.
is.
I don't think I've been in better
so-
shape my whole life, so I can't complain
Right?
too much. Yeah.
Well, that's
you
when
know
I
more, you've lived more.
that's when
you've
I started
probably
noticing
admitted
all the
things.
body problems. So
It
Yeah.
started a long time ago for me.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, waking up in pain because you slept wrong.
I
yeah,
got
I
bones.
know,
Oh
right?
yeah, I'm used to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How dare I have bones?
Right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess.
Well, it's okay to have bones. It's just the achy ones that are a pain.
Right.
My back
Oh,
has hurt
God.
so much since like the last hour of work today. Like I'm dying.
Oh,
Well, don't
sorry to
die.
hear that.
We need you
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, don't die. It's
Yeah,
bad for your health.
sorry. I know.
Yeah.
Well, I think I will
On a
wrap up the.
side note, though.
I
Oh,
think
okay.
I'll
Yeah.
wrap up the store or the
Show.
show.
The
So
picture
I'm gonna-
show.
Thanks for playing, everyone, and we'll see you next week for the exciting continuation of this
Tune in
encounter.
next week. Yep.
Week, maybe some comment. Okay, and here's the outro.
In a second, my life changed. Was I wanna make sound. I wanna change everything. I wanna know it, feel it, take it. Oh, I wanna fix everything. But the hardest part of this is to take who you are and change what you need. Stuck in a place you're not meant to be. Take all your doubts, take it from me. You made your chains now be your release. I wanna scream out, 'cause I can't stand this wait and see. 'Cause I've been way down, way too long. There's still a pulse in me. But the hardest part of this is to take who you are and change what you need. Stuck in a place you're not meant to be. Take all your doubts, take it from me. You made your chains now be your release. Who let you down? Who let you down? There is no easy way out. Who let you down? Who let you down? The right words, the wrong time, a hard look at the hard lines. Who let you down right now? There is no easy way out. Take who you are and change what you need. Stuck in a place you're